Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a terrific Tuesday. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. I know some people do not get the notifications, y'all. So I have been sharing to my community wall. Give me 1 second. I have been sharing to my community wall as a backup. So if you're one that's not getting the notifications, make sure you check the community wall, because if I go live on a particular day, then it will show there as well. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. All right, so today, y'all, we have a few things we're going to get into. Now, last night, if you did not check out last night's live, we did a live because shout out to Nerdy Pink Panda on TikTok. And she had done a video on last night. And y'all, oh my gosh, she broke this thing down as to how she was piecing together that Katie was actually on the boat with us at one point, allegedly, okay? And let me also say that this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react as top people. And a lot of the things, y'all, that she was showing, I don't think too many people picked up on the connections as far as the bathing suits. Okay. That was a dead giveaway. Now, remember recently, Katie came out and she was, saying that she didn't know anything. She thought that the boys, that Nolan had went back with the boys, right? And that she had already. Now, all of a sudden, she's getting caught up in her lies. The lies are falling apart. Now, for those of you who have not seen the video from last night, I wanted to share with you all that short video, and then we're going to get into some more things, okay, about this.
Because I just found out that the video I posted today about Katie not eligible for FYP. Make sure you go and watch it, but I'll give you a quick little rundown. Teal swimsuit, white backwards baseball cap. Teal swimsuit, white baseball cap. Red shorts, red shorts, red shorts. Bart's boat, girl in striped swimsuit, standing right next to a long-haired girl in a teal swimsuit. Teal swimsuit, striped swimsuit. Oh, they're trying to be sneaky on TT because I just found out that the video I posted today about Katie not eligible for FYP. Make sure you go and watch it, but
And then y'all, they are trying to get rid of her videos. Let me see. This one I think is the bigger one.
this is now my third time making this video because they keep taking it down because they don't want you to see what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video of the 3 boats, you're going to see a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit right here on Bart's boat. And right next to her with the same long wet hair is a girl in a teal swimsuit on Bart's boat. Make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up because here we have Katie in a teal swimsuit and look at her head. She is wearing a white hat. Oh, look, the video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit, white hat. And that's not all, folks. Again, turn your brightness all the way up because right here, we've got somebody wearing red trunks. Oh, and look what we have here. Red trunks. And here's those same red trunks on the shore right after the fight with Tristan. Katie is claiming that she allegedly caught a ride home with somebody named Marty McGrath. It just so happens that a Marty McGrath is the co-owner of the Biloxi Bay RV Resort and Marina in St. Martin. Here it is, and my, that is a massive dock way out in the water. And would you look at that? It's right next to the grandparents' house. Now, in that report with the GPS coordinates, didn't they say that they went southwest towards St. Martin Bayou? Yeah, that's right, it did. And it also took them 45 minutes to get to that boat ramp over there. That only takes about 6 minutes on land. Like I said, they are trying to take down my page. Make sure you are following my backup here. But Katie,
Stop it there. So that was the video that we all saw on last night that really sparked, hey, y'all, you were not there. You missed it. You have to check out the replay because the conversation was off the chain. Okay. Let me give a couple of shout outs. Welcome, MJ. Thank you so much for coming on in and being the first one in the building. Also, thank you, but me for the jewels, get the GOAT trophy. Okay. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Hey, Sugar Mama Maine is in the building. Welcome. Talking about here for the Perry Mason breakdown. Okay. Hey, HGY. I had just said that to y'all in the beginning that a lot of people aren't getting the notifications. So as a backup, what I'm trying to do is also share it on my community wall. So like around the morning times, that's usually one of the times I'll go unless we have like a late night live like yesterday. But I'm not sure what's happening. Some people, what they can do is, or what they try, unsubscribing, subscribe back and click the all notification bell again. And it kind of put them back into the algorithm to see the notification, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Obi, did you see the video that said they were fleeing the island after the fight? That's why they didn't call for help when the boat was safely in the shallow water. Explained the Cito lady. Right. Yes, I did see. And good morning, Ian. I did see a video about that. Yes, I definitely did, because that made sense. That made more sense than we're sinking, but we're gonna continue to go out into the water and continue to sink. Okay. MJ said Javon, Tristan, Katie, and a few others are lying, and Javon is not to be trusted. I've been saying that. I have definitely been saying that. Something is up, y'all, with him. He knows more than, oh Lord, let me turn this down. He knows more than stated. Okay. Hey, Wald. Hey, that one. Good morning. Thank y'all for tuning in. I did that a few days ago, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. Got you. Yeah, I really don't know, y'all. It's a YouTube thing that's happening, and I've seen other content creators. It's happening with them too. So I don't know. To the admin people and let them know what's happening. Sometimes your fake BFF can betray you. That's probably why Javon's mom nudged him too, like, shut up, because we got to live in this town. You know what? I was peeping that too. I think his mom knows too, and she doesn't want them to be involved like that or to get into trouble. No, I haven't, that one. There's not one person off my list. That's what I was saying last night. It's not a one person I can say, oh, let me take them off the list. Not yet. Nope. Hey, Protector 91, good morning. Okay, so y'all, something else. We're gonna take it back to, because see, these people, I'm tired of them playing. Okay, I'm so sick and tired of them playing games, trying to play on our top, because we have already peeped so many lies. Now, let me refresh your memory with a post. Okay, now this was from the MDMR. This is a snippet of it, the MDMR report, right? And we had looked at this before, but y'all, oh my goodness, it's some more info pertaining to this that I had to get a frame of reference. You know, sometimes, just like Reverend Al Sharpton said the other day, he said, I was like, what's Horn Island? Because I had never heard of it. He didn't even know Ocean Springs. I didn't either. Okay. So some of this stuff goes over my head, even as it pertains to boats. I don't have a boat. Okay. The only boat I've been on is a cruise ship, child. So all of this like marine talk and this is how boats work. And this, look, I am not an expert. I didn't go to college for that. Not an expert by any means. Okay. Yep, his mom knows. Because these people can't just uproot their lives. Yeah, so his mom was like, shut your black mouth. Not shut your black mouth up, okay? According to Warren, we should be looking at everyone that was on those 3 boats that was out there, okay? Yes, thank you so much. I forgot to mention that. Shout out to all of the Open Book family. We are growing, growing, growing. Last night, we hit another goal of over 15K subscribers. So shout out to everyone, all of the family, every subscriber, every member. This is a joint effort. And if you are a member, you should see your little emoji is different. Okay, it is different. You are a new member, you get a magnifying glass. And if you have been a current member over 1 month, it turns into the detective hat. Okay, you got a new detective hat. So y'all should see the new emojis. So anytime you become a member, you'll get one of those. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so many of y'all probably may have forgotten about this, but hey, I did. And I'm glad that I saw this post because I wanted to revisit this. Okay. Now, this was talking about when the MDMR investigators were out talking to witnesses before Jackson County Sheriff's Department wanted to take the lead. Okay. Now, notice here, it shows Officer Jay Strickland reported to the residents of Laney Naquin, okay, in Pascagoula, Mississippi, who was initially reported to be on Horn Island with a group of people associated with Nolan Wells. It said who was initially reported to be on Horn Island. Okay. Now, when interviewed, Naquin stated that she had already spoken with Jackson County Sheriff's Department investigators and stated that she was not on Horn Island, but in fact was on Boys Island. I don't know how you say it, Petite Boys Island, okay, with a different group of friends. Naquin stated that she knew Wells but had not seen or spoken with him in over a year. Okay, so when I saw that, remember I was like, y'all, who gave her name out of nowhere for one? Okay, because I was like, that's odd. Okay, we have a whole case, a Nolan Wells case, and someone gave her name. And then this girl is saying that she hadn't even seen Nolan in over a year. She was at another island with some more people. Okay. I was like, I'm going to put a bookmark there. All right. Now, let's take a look at something. Remember when your parents used to backhand slap you when you said too much? Right. Okay. Yeah, what happened? We gotta look in. Hey, hello, Barbara. Welcome. Sergeant King is in the building. Thank you, ladies. Anybody whose name is brought up in regards to my child's name, better say that. Now, here is a picture of little Miss Laney. Okay. Hey, Latte. Good morning, sis. And I said, hold on. Something stands out to me because I want to know more about this island that she was saying that she was on. And she said that She had not seen Nolan in a year. Okay. Just like Bart, the Simpson man, he was also saying he hadn't been in past Christian for a year, over a year, yet and still they saying your name all in the background on the 4th of July and so forth. But the Boys Island. It says Horn Island and Petite Boy Island, I don't know how to say that, are adjacent barrier islands separated by the Horn Island Pass. The closest points between the two islands are only about 1.5 miles apart across Horn Island Pass. So if you're measuring from the center of Horn Island to the center of Petite Boy Island, is roughly 8 to 10 miles, depending on the exact point. Horn Island lies west of Petite Boy Island, while Ship Island lies to the west of Horn Island. So let me give y'all a visual, because child, look, when she said Petite Boy Island, child, I'm thinking it's somewhere by Jamaica somewhere. Okay. I'm thinking, baby, she was somewhere over there by Jamaica. Now, let me show y'all how close. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, now, how again is it? How again was it not possible for you to see Nolan if you were at Petite, which is down here, okay, in Horn Island, which is right here, right next to it? You mean to tell me you probably, girl, stop. I'm thinking that this island was somewhere over in by a different ocean somewhere. It's a little bitty island that's next to Horn Island. So at some point where you with some of the people that were with Nolan, I have a feeling that she was, allegedly, because this island is not far, y'all. It's right next to it. Okay, see, everyone is trying to separate themselves and not be included in the group. Okay, you not across the country in another place. You were approximately a mile and something away. And it's a reason no one's going to throw your name out there just out of the blue. It's a reason that her name was brought up. Okay, that island is not far. It's right next to it, y'all. So for her to say, like, she has a big alibi that you haven't seen Nolan in a year. Now, also, this girl is connected to Katie. Okay, she is connected. She's friends with Katie, y'all. They're all connected. I just want y'all to understand that. And their lives are falling apart. So you mean to tell me, you said you haven't seen Nolan in over a year. Your name came out of nowhere on a report where they were investigating you. You didn't talk to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. We don't know what you told them. And then you're saying that you were on this Petite Boys Island. I'm thinking, see, there we go. Without a frame of reference, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why are they giving this girl's name? She way across the country, because I'm thinking, I ain't never heard of that place. I'm thinking that it's way off somewhere. Okay, the island is right next to Horn Island. So they need to check into what were people doing over there. Okay, come on now, because now this expands the investigation. Okay, that maybe y'all didn't see him on Horn Island. Was it any point that he was over here at this Petite Boys Island? Come, y'all, they are trying to play with us, and I'm getting sick of the lies. Okay, it wasn't far off. It wasn't far off. Okay, at any point in time when they were doing their whole search and so forth. I mean, have y'all gone over there? She said she was with another group of friends over there. Have y'all spoken with those group of friends? What were they doing over there? Okay, but her name was brought up for a reason. They go to school with a whole lot of people. They not sporadically just putting other people's names out here, but they put her name out here. Okay, and she was right next door, pretty much, to Horn Island. Everyone trying to distance themselves. Yes, hi, like vegan, welcome. Okay, is it how do you say it? Boy rhymes with squat. Boy. Oh, girl, I can't say it. I still can't say that. Hey, design decor. I know it's next door. Okay, I know it's next door to the Horn Island. I could say that one. The petite place. Okay, Bois. Oh, Bois Island. Thank you. Okay, Petit Bois Island. See, we have a learning lesson today. Okay, another red flag is when Katie's family released a statement saying she was picked up by such and such safely. That word was a red flag. Exactly, MJ. It was. Okay, shout out to Steven, or is it Stefan? Thank you so much for the super chat and for being thank you for joining. So yeah, I wanted to highlight that because she's on our list, y'all. I'm adding her to my list. I need to know more about this because you were close in the vicinity. You made us, girl. I ain't gonna say you made us. I just did not know that island was. I'm thinking in my mind, you were across the country somewhere. I ain't never heard of that island, just like I ain't never heard of Horn Island. But something told me to go and look to see how far was Horn Island from this Petit Bois Island. Okay. And it is right next door, right next to it. Let me pull up, let me see another little map to give y'all reference. Y'all like me and didn't know. Okay. See how they have the Mississippi Sound, how this is laid out? You have the Cat Island, then you have that Ship Island Pass, then you have West Ship Island and East Ship Island. Okay. Then you have the Dog Keys Pass. Then you have Horn Island Pass. And look at this. Petit Bois Island is right next door. So, girl, you weren't across the country. And it's a reason that they are giving your name. Okay. So we'll wait for that investigative notes to see what all you had to say. Because I wonder, do they have a picture with you in it with Nolan? Because if you were that close, child, you probably did see him. Talking about you haven't seen him in over a year. These people need to stop lying and playing. Hey, Karen Michelle, because we're catching them in every lie. Okay, shout out to Steven for becoming an open book member. You were already family, but now you are a member. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's continue to move on. We're going to put a bookmark there, and we're adding her to our list of possible witnesses. Okay, put nobody as a suspect, but child, what do you know? That's what we want to know. What all do you know about this situation? Now, not too long ago, there was a post. Let me pull that up. Give me 1 second. And it was by a guy named Mary Polk. Hold on. And it was about Katie. Now, Katie, girl, you in trouble, girl. Okay. you are okay. I want to pull this up. Now the post getting the queen possible witness where else and over here was on the report. And she said that she had seen over a year. However, she was island, but the boy island. silent, right? So just made up something, just threw a child in. So they need to tell her by see who she was friends with. In and out. Okay. Better. Thank y'all for letting me know. Please let me know when I'm up here. It goes in and out. Put it better. Thing. It would have wanted. Let me put up my other. It's still cutting. Put my. Okay, it's better. Let's say, okay, let's bring up live on my phone because I'm streaming out StreamYard. Um, okay, is this better? Let me just make sure. Because StreamYard is a delay, and I don't see when y'all telling me because I do want y'all to tell me. Okay, it's breaking up. Double said yes. Is it better? Latay said a 1 right here. I put my earpiece in. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. All right. Whew. So yes, as I was saying before I was breaking up, Lady said that she had already spoken with the detectives, right? And so, okay, thank y'all so much. Yeah, y'all feel free to let me know because when I'm up here in the mornings, sometimes the sound goes in and out, and I don't want to just be up here because that gets on my nerves when I'm listening to people. So always just let me know, put a quick little comment, and I'll be like, okay, let me move or let me put this or try to change it up. Okay, so Lainey, when she had spoken with the MDMR investigator, she has stated that she had already talked to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. She stated that she had not seen Nolan in a year. Okay. However, she said she was at Petite Boy Island with another group of friends. Now, I found that odd that they would just somebody randomly threw this young lady's name out there. It's just out of nowhere, right? Well, when I looked it up, because I said, let me see how far where this Petite Boys Island is. And lo and behold, it is right next to Horn Island. It's not far at all, like how I was assuming it was in the beginning. It is approximately 1.5 miles apart across that Horn Island pass. Okay. So it's not far at all. But this should expand the investigation. Okay. Because now they need to also look into who was she on that island with and what all were they doing over there? How long were they over there? Okay. At any point in time, did Nolan go over there? Okay. On another boat? Like, y'all, it expands the investigation because those islands are not far from each other. She's trying to make it like she was way somewhere else and it was right there. Okay. So that was a reason I wanted to bring that up and highlight that because that is important information to this case. Okay. So that's why I brought her up. Hey Tabitha, hey Tabitha, welcome. Good morning, inspiration. All right, so let me bring up this other post. Okay, so back on July the 6th, okay, there was a post of Mary Polk. This was on July 6th. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Okay, and so Mary Polk, so being it was back on the 6th, Mary Polk was saying, and another thing, I'm standing behind Katie McCormick. I understand y'all don't know her, but me and 1,000 other of us have literally slept, ate, and party at the McCormick house. Don't forget, that's Dixie's child. Well, first of all, I don't care if you done party at somebody's house. That doesn't mean that they can't lie. Okay. That doesn't mean that they cannot lie. So if you notice here, there were a couple of comments. It says from an Aubrey, this was 4 weeks ago. Katie talked to the police and the parents did everything she could possibly do to give his parents answers. The so-called friends still saying they don't remember nothing. Well, she was saying the same thing. Okay, until she just got caught up. She was saying the same thing, like, oh no, I thought that they left. I assumed, that's the word her sister said. Katie assumed that he got back on the boat with his friends. Well, that assumed part does not mean that you're for sure. It gives doubt. Okay, they never thought the case would leave Mississippi. Never mind Ocean Springs. The world is watching. Okay, come on now, Ian. Right, Karen Michelle, the liars cook every day. So then she comments and she says, what's understood don't have to be said. What should we be understanding, Katie? What is it that we should understand? Because it's a lot we're not understanding. Okay, based off of especially your little bathing suit that got you caught up. Because it had been already matched up your hat, your bathing suit. I don't know if you dropped those photos or someone else dropped those photos, but it got you caught up. Okay, so what is it that we should understand? What's understood don't have to be said. I love y'all. Just pray for his family and his friends. You're not his friend? Oh, okay. I'm good. Oh, okay. And all I can do is pray answers because you know more than what you let on. Come on now. You probably know way more than what you let on. This is a terrible situation, all in all. I agree. Okay. So you need to let his parents know what it is that you know. Hey, Lori, welcome. Hey, Nika. You need to let them know what you know if you indeed were on that boat. Okay, because your lives are falling apart. Your lives are falling apart. So question, what is it that we should understand? You can do more for praying. You can give answers because eventually everyone's going to start turning on each other. Okay, that eventually that is going to happen because y'all's lives are falling apart. So then someone said, I don't understand why she don't come out and talk if she's not involved, just to clear up some questions that people may think, because what's being portrayed now is that she's the last one that was seen in his proximity. Warren has spoke whether he's lying or not. No, where is your side? Because he claimed that Nolan was cradling you. This don't add up. Uh-oh. This person called her out a week ago. Okay. They're telling her that it's not adding up. And Warren had already said he saw y'all cradling each other. Or, Nolan was cradling you. And then Trayson has already spoken up as well. Okay. So the lies are falling apart. Right. They are. Y'all just had a guest from Mississippi. Oh, okay. Wow, Brandy. I'm gonna have to check that out. Katie is a sneaky little girl. She been with the whole swag. Yes. Okay, we keep pressing, not letting them slip. Right, DC Fly, and welcome is called I'm Scared of Complicit. Hey, Angel. I think Katie know more. She is not pleased, but she is afraid. Plus, she is their friend or friend with one of them. She's friends with a lot of them, Vilma. She's actually friends with a lot of people. There are a lot of connections. And I know for sure Javon and Trayson are friends with her too, and some of the other boys, because even Warren stated that some of the guys he knows, Katie was texting the next day. See, that was a red flag too. When Warren was saying all of that, I was like, well, why is she texting some of the guys that he knows the next day? So that was odd to me. That was a red flag to me. I think everybody's going to turn on Warren. He inadvertently gave too much information. Yeah, he did. Truth will prevail. That's for sure. Uh-huh. Yep. I bet that they heard that audio. They did. Oh yeah. You know they watching and they're hearing what's out here. Okay. Then someone said, thank you for standing up for your friend Katie. That probably means being accused of so many online. I heard she said the last time she ever saw Nolan, he was getting on the boat with those boys, and I got no reason to doubt her. I never heard that she's already cooperating with the investigation either. I hope the full truth comes out and his family gets answers. Okay. This other person not going for it. She said, sorry, she knows more than what she's saying. Come on now. This was 2 weeks ago. And her mother knows the truth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. They didn't put Katie's mother in it. Her mother knows the truth. A very highly respected psychic who helps police says there's 7 people involved. Wait, they got the psychics that was helping the police out there saying 7. How many people were on the boat? Uh-oh. On that call, Mississippi Sheriff Department racist as could have been made an arrest. Got the truth out of those children because I'm sick of them. Okay, I'm sick of the lies, them playing these games. One not going to take the fall by himself. If you get one, they're going to start flipping on each other. Nolan family likes Katie. Their hearts are going to be broken if they find out that she knew some stuff. Well, everyone on Horn Island is Nolan's best friend, alleged friends. Another red flag. He said that Katie girl, that was personal, like that B caused all of this trouble. Ooh, you heard her mom is deceased? Okay. Let's see. Obi, did you hear the threat called Tater Tot Play? Yes, I heard that from somebody else's platform, and child, I was tickled. Okay, not that the people making threats, but it sounded fake, just like that picture looked staged. The call seemed staged, in my opinion. I said, now who up here playing? Y'all need to stop. Okay. Let's see. She looked like she'd rather y'all be at her house safe than out with the unknown. We all know and love Katie. Nobody, as far as my family, is blaming Katie. We all love her and her whole family. Okay, y'all, right here. This girl here is allegedly a Jackson County Sheriff's Department, police officer, right? This is the one, for those of you who did not know, that they are saying is allegedly family to Nolan and his family. Now, when I was looking through her friends, I didn't see her friends with Nolan or Christine. I don't know what side of the family she is allegedly family to, but this is the one that works for the Jackson County Sheriff's Department there. Okay. JD could crack this entire case if she would speak. Okay. And the 7 names, Miss Cleo, like vegan. Okay. You are funny. Now, here's her statement. She says, we all know and love Katie. Nobody, as far as my family, is blaming Katie. We all love her and her whole family. Oh, Lord, y'all, this is too much, because if they find out this girl knows what happened to Nolan, this is going to be a hot mess, because this lets you know also, if y'all love her, how long has Nolan and Katie been knowing each other? And why are the boys trying to make it look like he just came and hooked up with a random girl? This opens up a whole other can of worms, okay? Then she goes on to say, she has spent many events with our whole family in 3 Rivers countless times. What? So allegedly she's saying Katie has gone with her whole family. Now, like I said, I don't know which side of the family she's talking about, but saying that they done went on 3 different rivers. There are many people that don't know her and trying to paint this narrative about her, and she definitely doesn't deserve that, but that's not my family. My family has no vendetta out against her whatsoever. We love her. I think we're just trying to understand what happened. Peace and love, everyone. Okay. Shout out to Alicia. Thank you so much. Katie can't be deceptive, is usually the one closest to you. Ooh, clock it. Friend said Nolan just met Katie, but his mama knows Katie. Make that make sense. That part. And this is an alleged family member saying that they've hung out with Katie. The phone forensics data is going to further reveal connections and relationships. Right. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Karen Michelle for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said, let me get out my violin for these Katie threads. Okay. Apparently, the friends on the island didn't know how close Katie and Nolan was. They knew. They're friends. They're all in the same group, Angel. I truly feel like they are friends and they know each other. May not be best. They were acting like Nolan didn't know this girl. Like he just met up with some random girl. She's Christine's sister. She's an officer in the county. I didn't even see her friends with Christine. That's interesting. Okay. Them friends is liars. I'm going to say allegedly, child, because people will say family and stuff. I don't know for sure unless Christine come out and she validates that. I'm going to just say that's what she said. She said she's family. This lady, she said, looking at everything that's been posted, listening to the interviews and audio, I don't think Katie had anything to do with it. How slimy would one have to be to be accepted and loved by this man's family to simply turn around and either do something like this, play a role in it, or lie about it? People do it all the time. Okay, come on now. People do it all the time. They turn on folks. They'll be laughing in your face and stab you right in the back. I'm more focused on those who have control or even nobody is safe. Kids, parents, law officials, and politicians. Money can make magic happen, make things appear, make things disappear. Okay. Us at Katie's house, straight black kid. She never been that type that they think she is. Child, she comes from good people. Her and her whole family are the sweetest people, praying for the family and all those that loved him. And this picture here, that's supposed to be her with a lot of just black kids in her house. I thought that was AI, child. Okay, it might be real, but it definitely looks like AI, but hey, it might be real. I don't get it. And here's another person. And Katie has also been to Three Rivers and ate and partied with, is that the name of a place maybe? And ate and partied with our family too. That don't mean she ain't got a hand in it. This person said that she could have went and ate and partied with them, but that don't mean she ain't got a hand in it. Oops. She at least knew what happened and said she didn't know. Come on now. You better clock it, Marche. John said, nigga, you lost in the sauce until shit 100% figured out. Anybody involved is suspicious because somebody dead and stories not matching. Take the Frank out of the mouth. Oh, Wow. Sadly, they are going with the narrative that he was last seen with her and the boys. Yep. So, yeah, it was just a lot of different people, y'all, commenting on that post. And that was from July the 6th. Okay. Hey, Nurse M. Only friends with one Wansley, and it's not Christine. I did not see Wells on her page either. That's what I was saying. Now, I'm not going to say she lying because I don't know. But I just found that odd. I'll say that. Hey, the Queen's Den. We're not saying Katie is not sweet. That doesn't mean she doesn't know something. Exactly. Also, if her family is racist, then Katie most likely doesn't have a lot of support, and the judge's son is just trying to scare her. And y'all, it was alleged that one of her cousins went missing, or I should say not went missing, but on the run. I don't know how true that is, but does that cousin know something? Has she shared anything? Because somebody is going to crack with all the people that were there that know something. Someone's conscious, it's going to get to them, and they're just going to have to tell it because we're on to them. Everything they try to come up with now, they're seeing we're on to them and we are revealing things. Okay. So someone is eventually going to crack, but the people there have mixed opinions of her based off of that post. Some believe that she wouldn't do anything. We're not saying that she did, but do you have information is the question. Do you have any information pertaining to what happened to Nolan Wells? That's the information that we're talking about. And if you were there, because see, the only thing with this now, y'all, when I catch a person lying to me about one thing, it makes me question everything else they're saying. Okay, because you've lied to me. And so, for the simple fact that you tried to make it look like you had already left, then I'm questioning other things. I'm questioning some other stuff. Okay, like that Lainey, your friend Lainey. Okay, did you ever go with her somewhere? Okay, did you go to the other island for a quick second? Did you know what I'm saying? It's so many things you start questioning about these people because something's not adding up, and everyone is trying to pretend like they were not the last ones with Nolan Wells. Okay. They're trying to act like they're not, but you are. You allegedly were there with him on that boat. What went down on the boat is a huge question. It's a huge question. Okay, so no one's accusing you of actually doing anything to Nolan, but a lot of y'all know what happened to Nolan. Okay, and that's what we're talking about. Their story is falling apart with or without Katie. And if she knows something, she is guilty too. Exactly. Remember that song, Backstabber? Come on now. Okay. That's all Nolan's so called friends. Yes. Because now he's gone and nobody wants to speak up. Okay. No one wants to speak up. No one wants to say anything. I just hate how they keep saying that Nolan was their best friend. And I get sick of hearing that because all of them connected in some way. Now, I wanted to share something because something else came to me after last night, our conversation. I wanted to show this snippet of what Warren had said to somebody called him Officer Tater Tot. Okay. Y'all are funny with the names. And it was something he said that stood out to me because I know last night someone said, is it possible that the Simpson man, the one that's name starts with a B, if he could have possibly put Nolan into some kind of chokehold or something. A couple of reasons why we're wondering that Simpson man is when they said, damn it, your name, why? Can you answer that question? Okay, something went on because they called your name like you had just done something. We don't know what, but they said your name in that audio. So I went and I said, I remember that because it was a lot of fights, y'all. It was a lot of fighting going on. And I pulled up the transcript. Now, this is the part in this interview where Warren talks about his younger brother being in a fight. Let's take a listen.
I had a girl come up to me and say, hey, your brother just got in a fight. And obviously, I have a younger brother, and that's who she was talking about. And I was freaked out. So I walked over to the beach and I didn't walk over. I ran over. I made a beeline. I didn't talk to anybody. Put my drink down and walked over there. And my brother was kind of angry, and there was a lot going on. But someone was getting pulled away. I don't know who it was. And my brother was like, "Oh, I just got in a fight, and this guy punched me in the face, and I punched him right back." And then went to the ground, and my brother put him in an armbar. And
was Nolan involved in any of this?
Absolutely not. When I was over there, it was a bunch of younger guys.
Okay. Something that stood out to me, he said that his brother had put a guy into an armbar. So I said, what is an armbar? Okay. So I want to show y'all this short video because these are MMA, jiu-jitsu, I can't say that word, type of moves, okay? And everybody out here trying to do all this different fighting and so forth. And so I wanted to show y'all a snippet of what, if you're not familiar, because he specifically said an armbar. I don't know what that is. I don't practice that. And I don't know what it is. But I wanted to show y'all what that looked like. Because, see, this could have been what type of energy these people were on at this island. Okay. How many of them have perhaps taken MMA, wrestling, or fighting, or things of that sort? Because sometimes when you get drunk and y'all been drinking, you have this extra strength. Okay. You're mad. You just want to fight. Okay. What a coincidence. The song Backstabber played on my radio today. Uh-oh. Right. This entire ordeal is crazy, especially for his family member that is a sheriff. To do that Facebook post about Katie is a longtime family friend. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying allegedly that she's family because, child, I don't know. I love my friends, but if they do something sinister, I got to tell exactly. Hey, Zoe. I hit the like button. Thank you so much. Can everyone do like Zoe and hit that like button? It is for free. Simpson is very muscular. Hello, he is. We're not calling them Nolan's friends no more. Right, exactly. Armbar was Warren's tagline. Right. Hey, Tracy. Okay, so let's take a look at this particular move. Okay, that he's saying his brother did first. Okay.
I have Chad in the mount, right? And maybe he's pushing up against me, and I put my hands here, I shift, and I bring my leg up, right? That's traditional. But it's sweaty, or I make a mistake, it can be very dangerous. As I come over, he pulls his arm through, I lose it. Not to say this is wrong, but it has some risk attached to it if there's no gi. In gi, it's an excellent armbar. But a no gi or an MMA could be a little risky. So I prefer it this way. Now, first I'm going to attack Chad's neck, and he's going to want to push it away. Either attack his arm, his neck, and here, and I get to this position here where I reach underneath, and this is the cobra. Okay, that's why we call this the cobra armbar. I spin him, and I get him on his side. Now watch the armbar, guys.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That looked like it hurts.
Knee up. This knee moves forward. This knee comes off the floor. I shift him this way. If he defends and doesn't want to move, I take my elbow and I spin him. Now, I'm here, I'm fighting him here, and I try to make him go flat on the floor. And he doesn't want to go flat on the floor. If he does, he's dead. Okay, I'm going to choke him out. So he defends. When he defends, I pull his elbow tight to my body. At the same time, I push his head to the floor, and I have this all connected. Chad, pull your arm out. It's not going to see, it's going into my body. I shift, pull his head to my butt, and finish. One more time. We're here, establish the cobra. Move forward, up, shift, start taking his, pushing to the floor.
Okay, now I just wanted to show y'all because I wanted frame of reference. What is an armbar? Well, he's telling us in his interview that his brother was doing this type of move, okay, on somebody else that he got into a fight with. So I don't know. Usually, sometimes with these guys, they hang in these crowds with each other. They're practicing these different types of moves on each other. I don't know if anything similar could have possibly happened to Nolan. Okay. And I was reading that, it may not happen with the move itself to get that bruise on the back of the head, but it depends on so head could have hit something in some type of move if there was a move like this. I just thought about that, and if one knows how to do this when they're fighting, okay, because why you on a whole island doing something like this? How would you be that mad when you have a guy over in an armbar? I just don't understand that. Okay, that means that you all on the ground. Y'all supposed to be celebrating the 4th of July. Okay, but you over here doing an armbar. And for those of you who didn't hear it, I'm gonna let you hear it again. This is what he said out of his own mouth. Can y'all hear it? I see someone say it's muted. Okay, let's see. Y'all hear me though? Or was it just the okay, you can hear me? Okay, let me reshare. My apologies. Thank y'all for see y'all quick. Thank y'all for letting me know. Let me go back to that part.
So,
Hey, tell me if y'all can hear it now.
I had a girl come up to me and say, "Hey, your brother just got in a fight." And obviously, I have a younger brother, and that's who she was talking about. And I was freaked out. So I walked over to the beach, and I didn't walk over. I ran over. I made a beeline. I didn't talk to anybody. Put my drink down and walked over there.
Okay.
And my brother was kind of angry, and there was a lot going on, but someone was getting pulled away. I don't know who it was. And my brother was like, "Oh, I just got in a fight, and this guy punched me in the face, and I punched him right back, and then went to the ground, and my brother put him in an armbar."
Was
And
Nolan involved in any of this?
absolutely not. When I was over there was a bunch of younger guys like my brother's age, and I mean, Nolan. I never saw Nolan over there.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And but
So you get ready to go. There's an issue with the boat,
okay, yeah.
and this is
Well,
what
yeah, this
ended
led
up.
up to that. That's what I was saying.
So
Okay.
the fight happened with
Yeah.
your brother, or a little scuffle.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming that it was cleared up.
You're right.
You got your brother out of that
Right.
situation, and then how did you find out that this boat is sinking?
Well, I walk back.
Okay, so that was the gist of what I wanted y'all to get from that part. So talking true crime is in the building. So was Nolan hurt after this fight? Someone, how could he not know who exactly? And also, the officer Tater, he said he was saying it like it was a little scuffle. Notice how he changed that. Okay, oh, like a little scuffle. No, what we just saw as far as an arm bar, that's not a little scuffle. Okay, you could break someone's arm off, child. The way that looks, it looks horrible. Okay, you could do some damage with that type of move. I was so mad he interrupted. He is interrupting Brass Doll because he knows he's leading this. He is assuming things throughout the interview. He's trying to keep him on script. Okay, so that's how I knew he was interrupting when he needed to and so forth. He trying to help. Yeah, what if he did just jitsu on that small boat on Nolan and he fell out, hit his head on the pump, causing it to break and sink? Maybe he was unconscious during the call and died shortly thereafter. Because, Tanika, that's what I was thinking about. Like, they were asking the question. We heard that in the background. I don't know if he was fully deceased on the boat, though. But I do believe something happened on the boat. You see what I'm saying? So it could have possibly started there. That's why I'm saying I want us to start moving from the boat, getting back to land. Because if he was on that boat, then when we got back to land, what started happening at that point too? Okay, because all of it matters. Did he actually die in that moment? Because they were saying check this or get up, like was he actually gone? Because remember when Vicky came back, the operator came back after speaking with the captain, they had hung up. Okay, so they also, hey, got out of there. They were speeding, getting to their next location. So we don't know for sure. First time he said armbar, I was like, wow, that's specific. Exactly, Sugar Mama Main. Okay. Grayson said the autopsy results that were released would have to confirm things that are being alleged. We know that none of Nolan's bones were fractured. No, we're not saying that they broke anything. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're not saying that. I wanted to hear him say himself what happened from him stopping his brother, not seeing Nolan, and y'all was leaving. Exactly. But he cut him off. He didn't want him to go into that. Uh-huh. Exactly. That was the missing timeline. He knew what he was doing. It was a fight and no little scuffle. Okay. He was being coached through that interview. Yes, definitely. If the brother knows an armbar, then he knows other wrestling moves. Come on now. Sleep, chokehold, line up with Nolan's injuries for neck and back of his as well. Say that, Blue Ski. And thank you for joining. They did say if it's enough pressure, it could cause that on the back of your head. Because I was looking into that to see what all could happen if someone did an MMA move or just sit shoot. It's hard for me to say the word. Move on him. How could a person get that on the back of their head? The photo that shows someone laying on the boat comes back to memory. Maybe Nolan was hurt after this fight. Yeah. You're welcome and thank you for joining. Hey, Shelly. Hey, sis. Good morning. I said Jason's mom from the start when she lied to Miss Christine that her boys were there with her and they wasn't. Hey, Simone, we were talking about that. It's too many holes in these stories and contradictions. Okay, but you bring up a great point. Javon and Tracy never mentioned anything about Warren brother being in a fight. Hello, I never heard that from them. Yes, I never heard that. That would make sense with the CETO call. Yes, exactly. The CETO operator heard what they said. That's why she asked everyone breathing on the boat. Clock it. I'm telling y'all, it is crazy work. Oh my gosh. The lies. So that's the missing key. One of the missing keys right there is pretty much what happened on that boat. And this is why this new information that Jay Megan, she goes by Nerdy Pink Panda, this is why that was so important to know that Katie is yet, y'all, a potential witness, allegedly, if she was on that boat. Okay. And I'm so glad for the work that she did in piecing that together because that changes some things in how we view this investigation, knowing that she lied, for one. Okay. Because when her sister said assumed, we just called that out, what, a week or two ago? That means you're not for sure. And it shows doubt. Okay. So she couldn't say for sure, but she assumed. So that's a red flag. What did you really see? Because if you saw it with your own eyes, you would be for sure. They probably all wrestled in high school or recreation. I've been saying, Katie, the common denominator. Yep, she uploaded the picture. She messed up. Yeah, I keep telling y'all she's in the pool picture. No one listens to me. Oh no, she's in that picture too. Wow, and who get this type of being now into MMA moves. When I was younger, I was a brown belt. Oh, okay. Wow, Howard. Javon mentioned he was breaking up that Trayston fight. I'm still looking at the red shorts. And was he there too? Hey, Javon knows way more too, y'all. Okay. Oh, the sound going in and out. Okay, thank you, Blue Ski. Is this better? All right, let me pull up the next video. Now, last night, y'all, Secret Service Sam did a video with the young lady, Nerdy Pink Panda, okay, that got the actual video with Katie and pieced this together. Okay, yeah, we haven't heard nothing from Javon since that nudge. Okay, so y'all, I found it interesting some things that they discussed last night, and I wanted to share some of this interview with you. I was Secret Service Sam.
Plotting out the area of this stuff because I grew up with boats. Like my dad had a speedboat. We had a place in Florida and stuff. So I am like familiar like with how they work, not like an expert or anything, but I'm not I'm not unknown. And when they said that they were sinking because too many people were getting in and out of the water, I was like, that's not how boats work.
Right.
And so then I started like learning how the bilge pump works and etc. And it would just lead from one road to the next road to the next road. I'm trying to think what one of the major discoveries that I had in my videos because,
Yeah,
like you
'cause
said,
I
I've put over like 3 the last
No,
few days.
it's crazy. Well, I remember what you were saying. Like, now I had seen something where the coordinates, which they said didn't put them in 17 or 31 feet of water, but they were actually almost on the
Mhm.
sandbar. And I remember seeing one of your videos saying that if that many people are getting on the boat, that's not how it works. A boat doesn't just kind of sink or take on water. And then you were talking
And
about
it's
the
a hot
speeding
day. The
away.
water is also
Yeah,
drying. We all saw the pictures of everybody on the boats. The
yeah.
boats weren't like soaking wet with water because there were only a couple people on each boat. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, because I remember you were talking about the bilge pump, and then them. I guess they were talking about speeding away. Like, do you recall any of like the inconsistencies within Warren's interview that you had kind of found?
for the inconsistencies with like the speeding away, like that whole
Mhm.
thing just is very weird to me. And the time when he claims that they were like going fast to like do to drain it and then to go and stop off someplace do the plug. Well, the
Mhm.
area that they went off to is actually near a home of one of the people that was sent to be interviewed, like a knock and talk is what the report called it, a knock and
Okay.
talk. One of the 3 people whose names they gave, that were, well, the 2 boys didn't answer their doors, but the girl was like, I haven't seen him in like a year. I was on a different island. I don't know what you're
Hmm.
talking about. So the direction in which they said they stopped
Talking
and
true
did
crime.
the plug was the direction of that guy's house. So that makes,
Interesting.
yeah, that makes me wonder if that's maybe what they were doing there. And
Now, I can say I've been kind of following Secret Service Sam since the Diddy trial. He was on top of that, keeping up with details of the Diddy trial. So I've been following him for the Diddy trial and Carmelo, and now in this case. Nerdy Pink Panda, she said on here, we may get to that part. She stated that she has ADHD. Remember, I was telling I was telling y'all from her videos, she really is excited. A lot. She has that math brain that I've seen, and so I think she has a true crime type of mindset too, where she likes to figure things out. That's the vibe I get from her. As I've been following her recently. OBJ Von's mother picked up the phone at 12:30 a.m., but she said she was on her way to a festival and Javon was already there with his girlfriend and his brother was on his way, a fair at 12:30 at night, unless it was for 4th of July. But I mean, that's odd. Yeah. And we had, when Christine first came out with this, she said that the boys were with their mom, and that turned out to be not true. Okay. I spotted Katie on the boat before this lady come out with Katie been on the boat. You can see my comments on No Cap. Oh, okay. Okay. You've been on it then. Yes, Tristan said Warren brother was trying to take up for him. Oh, got you. I'm adding to my will if anything nefarious happens to me to send my file to OB and NPP. Come on now. Okay. Because, baby, we're going to get to the bottom. Yes, Lord footage. We did. Yeah, we heard that. I wonder if they took photos of the sand and surrounding Nolan upon finding him. Probably. Probably. Oh, the volume is low. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you. It was down.
Like I don't consider myself an investigative journalist because I do not have that education behind me. I don't have any
Sure.
like publications and stuff like that. So I call myself more of a professional dot connector, where
Okay.
I take the knowns, I take the things that are concrete, the reports, the interviews, stuff like that, and I put little pins in them.
Mhm.
And once all the pins are out there, I'm like, well, let's see how these pins connect in a logical way. And I basically just put myself in that situation.
Right. Yeah, and that's genius. And what do you think, like, in your personal opinion, like, if you run us through, like, what do you think happened here? I mean, do you think this was an accidental thing? I mean, do you have any like thoughts on like how the fights? It seems like, Warren said his brother Ike got into a fight, and then they're into jujitsu. And I know some people allegedly were talking about, we know from the second autopsy that Nolan had.
Now, wait a second. I missed this part. Now, did we not just hold on? Let me rewind that little part. Who did he say know that? Because we just talked about this little part. Hold on. Let's see.
Here, I mean, do you think this was an accidental thing? I mean, do you have any like thoughts on like how the fights? It seems like, Warren said his brother Ike got into a fight, and then they're into jujitsu. And I know some people allegedly were talking about, we know from the second autopsy that Nolan had a red marking on the back of his neck, which could be consistent with if somebody had choked him out, or Trayston himself said he got into a fight. And I like how you said on your video that Trayston is like, I got into a fight and whatever, because some guy didn't like how he was talking to his girlfriend, and it's very evident,
Oh yeah, that part. Tracy seems like he has an anger problem too. Because of some of the stuff he was saying. He act like he got anger issues. Okay, so yes, his younger brother, he did say yes, Ike. That's Warren's younger brother. Hilla Barber said the KKK would not protect no black kid. If he had done it, or they could have made it look like he did it, they would have been dropped the ball. Gotcha. Okay. Right. Right, Brett Stalls. During those interviews, and notice how Tristan kept his hand tucked under his armpits. He did. Was Tristan and Warren's brother fight with no? I don't know. Because but some people out there obviously have video footage of the fights. Okay. Because based off of the United Cajun Navy, they had a screenshot of the fight video. So they probably have the actual video too. I want to see the fight videos. I want to see who was involved. Yeah, he's been talking to Ben Crumb team. Yeah, he said that he has. Who said he was being protected by those folks? I don't know, because I know he's not, in my opinion. Yeah, I did hear Carter. Yes, I thought Carter was Trace Carter. I think that's who it is, like vegan. When he got into a fight, Carter is Nolan's other black friend that was there, when they found his body. We talked about him. He was the one dancing crazy on that video at the repass. Remember him? When he said Carter, then that guy, I believe his name was Breezy, that I showed y'all his video one time from Facebook. He said that Trace Carter got into a fight with Trayston. I think he was telling the truth, because when Trayston said Carter, it made me think back to Trace Carter. I think those two got into a fight, and Javon and Trace are friends as well. Okay. Yeah, I think he does. Because he said Carter. Okay, brass dolls, we gonna clock that. Because I didn't even know his younger brother was there, to be honest, until he said it on the interview. I never heard anything about him. It's sad to say these people do live in a racist area and the KKK is real. And we know the local sheriff is not going to really protect these Black families, right? Didn't they say there were a couple of fights? Yes, multiple. Okay, Blueski. What if the fight was between Nolan and Warren's younger brother? Just saying, possibility. Yeah. Uh-huh. He say Carter white. Did he say he was white? Vice Carter.
So just in seeing Tristan on there, that share something like that. Like I would never share some like, oh, like some guy wanted to fight me because I was yelling at my wife. Like it's just odd, know, they overshare it in a way.
Having debilitating student loan debt can take a toll on someone's life. There was the threats of,
Well, and I suspect that comes with the Latina, the lawyer that they've hired. I suspect that this has all been some bad attempt at media training, PR that's gone wrong, because they didn't take into account like the report and stuff coming out like basically the same day as the interview, because obviously they filmed the interview a couple days prior.
Sure.
And then it was only once the interview came out and it wasn't stopping, it didn't answer anybody's questions. That's when they started throwing out the lawsuits and stuff. And I can tell, and I don't know if you noticed, because I make sure to go and check when I have suspicious comments being like, oh no, this is all wrong. No, you're wrong. He drowned. I always go and I check those people's profiles to see whether they're real or not. And if you have more followers than you have likes, then you're probably a bot.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're either bots or I was talking about this today. I think it should be illegal to have a fake account, because it's so cowardly. And I'm sure you do too, I get so many hateful messages, or people will come up in this feed or something and say the worst things. And then you go to the page and it's not a picture of them. They have like no followers, no pictures, and it's just a burner account, and I think it's just so coward, because people like us, we're out in the open. People see our faces, they see us talking, they know our names, like we're putting ourselves out on the line. And all these racists who are mad about us speaking this way, they're literally hiding behind an internet hood, if you will.
I'm a fat woman on the internet. Like,
stop it.
I am.
You're beautiful. What are you talking about?
And they're right there, Sam. Yes. That's what you never say. Because you're implying that fat, it can't be beautiful.
No, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm just looking at you on this camera. No, you're beautiful.
I know. I have to give you a little something, because please. I know that
I think you look perfect. I wouldn't ever see you as that. So
I am a 100% comfortable in my own skin. You don't have to worry about me.
Me too.
I have a theater degree.
Yeah,
I used to be judged for a living.
Yeah, I'm chunky.
I like her personality. She is funny, baby, because I have to slow down. Because once she get to cooking, child, she talking a mile a minute. But that's how her brain works. It's probably working fast, so she's talking fast. And so, but she definitely connects dots. I think I would know and Warren at the same time. I don't know if it was like that with Warren. It may have been like that with some of the other, couple of the other guys. It's possible, Nolan found our Warren brothers fought Nolan. But the Simpson guy gave the blow that took him out. My theory. Okay, Jen has her theory too. Okay. Yeah, I do too. Theater degree. I knew she was some type of actress. Right. Yeah, when she cooked, she started making Thanksgiving. No Thanksgiving. She speaks with her hands. Yes, yes. You could tell you really can because she's dramatic and theatrical. Yes, but yeah, that's a good one, Jen. Hey, let's keep that on the table too. Okay. This entire mess is over Katie. He didn't like the idea. He was with Katie. Notice Warren and Tristan both said they met. Yes, they did. That was a red flag. Katie was a central focal point. And being that she was allegedly on the Simpson man's boat, hey, and if Nolan had gotten onto that boat, and I didn't like the way they said that Wyatt was it Wyatt that was telling him to get, it was like he was demanding he get on the boat. You weren't asking him like y'all tried to make it seem like in the interview he said it and worded it in a different way. Like y'all were trying to force him onto that boat. Why? So many fights that day makes me wonder were there any girl fights? And it also, you know what, Blueski, now that you say this, it makes me wonder, y'all, if this was planned. It is given because they had thought this through for a week. Y'all, they do this in high school, okay? They do it here in high school, middle school. They plan their fights. It used to be, hey, meet me at 3:00, child. They plan fights so that your friends can be there with their phones. They post them to websites. So for all these fights to just break out, it's given, okay, all this, it didn't come from no alcohol because y'all drinking. They probably drink all the time. Y'all fight like this all of the time. Okay, something is off with that. Ian never think about Warren and Katie, and it makes sense because they was trying to cover for Katie until Katie started talking. Exactly, because they said unknown female, knowing that they knew Katie. Katie had some of the boys' numbers. Yes, exactly. Brad Stalls just said it. Okay. Yes, sometimes my sinus is sharing. Yes, especially with the weather here, allergies. Hey, beautiful dreamer, welcome. Get on the boat was a threat. Come on now, Greg. Okay. Katie was the bait. Wow. Wow. Warren leaving popcorn hints to the real story just in passive conversation. Right. Right. He was, and sometimes y'all, you could get off topic. He would shake his head. Then you notice his body language. He would lean his head to the side. Okay. I don't know if y'all was picking up on that body language. I wonder about the brother who was aggressive that day. I grew up lakefront, and to say on the water means you abandon whatever in the water on a boat from how we speak. Uh-oh. That's a good point. I heard some things, and I think Cito, Grandpa Jerry, and Captain Seth made the play. Cito is out 24 hours a day. How could they not find Nolan? They got 4 hubs out of the water. They could hide his body. That's what someone said, that they could have been talking in code. Oh, okay. No, Q, I'm going to have to go check that out. I'm going to tap into that. We're going to watch just a snippet of this, and let me tap into that because I see that we getting a lot of comments about that, child. Now y'all got me wondering what happened. Let's look at 5 more minutes and let's go over there and be nosy for those that have it.
On the chunky side, at least that's what a lot of my families. My dad just told me, he's like, I think you should get on Manjaro. And I'm like, God, Dad. I'm like, thanks, Like,
you know what? Let those
GPH
GPH ones or whatever cause everybody's like pancreases to give out. I don't care at this point. I'm like, if y'all are willing to risk things for that, like, I am 100% happy in my fat body. Thank you very much.
Me too. I just love to eat too much. You know what I mean? Like I work out and everything, but it's like, which is like drunk driving.
Oh, I saw in the Karen Reed trial, like Karen's blood alcohol level was so important to
and get to the bottom of it. Why would you be angry about it? And then further, like you guys are starting Give, Send, Go accounts for yourself. Like,
the rich doctors in their $1 million homes need some charity, guys. And then if you can't afford it, why'd you put up the reward? The $50,000 reward. And I'm like, if there's nothing to find, why did you put out a reward?
Right. And do you notice
a month later?
Yeah. And we haven't heard much about those 2 witnesses that TMZ reported. Exactly.
Because they
I mean,
don't
that's what,
exist.
yeah, the audio came out, right? But Janetta Brantley,
Mhm.
thank God for her, like for doing that. And brought, did her work on that. But then like a day later, oh, hey, we have these two witnesses who place him on the island. Well, this audio there is evidence there, regardless of if there's nothing there, if there's something that is an actual phone call that can be investigated
Mhm.
more. But it's just, and I'm skipping around, but like with the park ranger, why is the park ranger anonymous? I think you
No
did a
government
video
official
on
should
that.
ever be anonymous. And coming off of the Epstein files investigation I did,
Mhm.
like seeing anonymous investigators, like when I'm like, I need to know your name so that I can need to know if you're doing suspicious stuff.
Right.
Like even in reports, why are they blacked out? What, are you afraid someone's gonna come to your house? You're a cop.
Right, right. And also somebody in the comments just said, why select Tatum's channel a red flag Diva 369? And I totally agree, because it's you're telling us how you view the world. You're telling us you support TPUSA. You're telling us you're ultra MAGA. You know what I mean? Like, it was the wrong platform. Like if they had gone on, I don't know, it's hard to say like what is the NPR, or like
The only reason they got
PBS,
Tatum
whatever.
is because he was their puppet. Like they knew he would
Right.
just do what they wanted to. There would be
Right.
no pushback. There would be no follow-up questions.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
he says Warren says multiple times. Last time I saw him was 3. The boat was sinking. We just wanted to get out of there. Okay, so did Bart pull your boat from the shore?
Right.
Like what you're saying isn't making sense, and they know it's not making sense. But the reason I think we found out that they have to say that they left at 3, like that was the last time they saw him, is because the Cajun Navy report just came out that he was spotted at about 3:45.
Yeah, and it's like, why get out in such a hurry? I mean, I get, it seems like they had some fights. Tristan even said his uncle's like, get on the boat, we gotta get out of here. And
and they all left. Like that's why I'm saying, like,
left. Right, because why would you get there at 11?
And shout out to the Miss Brantley, the engineer that did separate the audio. She was on Nancy Grace yesterday. She explained the process. She's also done a video explaining the process. It's so sad that you can't do what you do and not be critiqued. But let it have been somebody else, a professional engineer, and no one would have questioned it. But it's because of what was exposed when she did that is why they're giving her so much flack and pushback, But shout out to her. She did a phenomenal job with that. Thank you, Patrice, for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Hey, Phenomenal Scorpio, welcome, sis. Sonia said, yes, they used him to set the stage. Okay. She's very much so on point. Okay. So, yes, shout out to that engineer for doing that.
11:15, you're partying all day. Like, who's going to leave at 4:30? Like, I understand leaving before sunset, but I'm imagining sunset around that, time. It's probably maybe around 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
So you could have probably at least left by, it's just weird that they kind of hightailed out of there. And, the whole thing that I think is just a mystery for everyone. They said, oh, he was last seen with Katie. But then Katie, we haven't heard anything from her saying.
Well, now that we have heard something from her.
Right. Yeah. So talk about that a little bit, right? She just dropped those pictures.
The way last night. The way last night I was just, gardening excited. Because that's the only way to turn my brain off sometimes. So it wasn't working because I was like, wait a minute. Because there's one picture, because once I saw her teal swimsuit, my little Rolodex brain flipped to through I'm like teal. I know that color has come up because there's the kid in the teal shorts. And then there's the girl on the boat, with the leg, whatever. There's the girl, she was wearing a teal swimsuit.
Right.
And so that's when I saw that when she was wearing teal, I started digging into those pictures. And there's one picture you can tell they tried to alter, or allegedly tried to alter the levels of the color, the saturation, because they were trying to hide the color of their swimsuit because it's where you can see the most of it. And they were trying to hide the white hat she was wearing, the backwards white baseball cap.
Right.
And as anybody who's seen my videos today,
Mhm.
the girl on the boat, one of the two girls that were on the Triton when they were getting towed
Right.
in by Bart, was
Mhm.
wearing a teal swimsuit and a backwards baseball cap, white backwards baseball cap.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying. Okay, I picked up.
So that right there, if that, like, to me, that seems like the most concrete evidence that Katie was with them on that boat. That Katie somehow became a scapegoat. Someone panicked and just threw out a name, and they're like,
Katie did it. Right.
Yeah,
Katie was with
right.
him. Right.
Because as we know, she was unknown female to the officers that night when they called.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no, you can't deny, like, there's nothing that you can do to deny that swimsuit, that white baseball cap. If what you guys are saying is true, why was she on your boat when you're saying that Nolan was going to stay with her? It completely blows everything up. Like, this is the smoking gun here, folks. And I even sent it to Ben Crump's legal team. Like, I'm hoping they see it. Yeah, I sent an email.
I have their direct access if you want after this. You know, I can, if you haven't already, I've been in contact with them. So just sending them.
I'm going to say, I'm like, if you want to on my behalf, just that way they know it's coming from a trusted source they've already dealt with.
Yeah, no, I would love to just, what I'll do is I'll CC you on the email. So that way, because I really think a lot of what you're doing, some of it, you know, and I've kind of had to do this. Like, I was almost going to share with people, and I know we're doing it now, like, hey, you guys have to follow Jay Megan. But one of my friends kind of made the point, like, of course I want to turn people on to you, but I also don't want to tip people off. Like, I think for some things that you have is almost better off giving to the legal team. So like, you know, like people aren't seeing every play and things you're figuring out.
I definitely agree with Secret Service Sam on that, because she has a lot of valuable information, y'all. She goes deep into these things. Shout out to Camera Shell for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said the backwards cap is the sinker. Yes, because it's on her head on the picture and when she's bending down on the other boat. Yes. Yeah, I don't care. And notice we wouldn't know anything about the Simpson man unless we heard the call. Exactly. Also the interview. Also the report he put out there very clear. He only came to assist during the tow. And okay, so that's when it happened. Yeah, no, he took them out there too. So it wasn't just to come out there for a tow. He went out there with people on his boat too. They wanted Coast Guard to come. They could act like something had just happened to Nolan, but when he on the live, they didn't want him there. They didn't want them there. Yeah, that could possibly be. That's why they keep saying that they saw Nolan at 3 so that we don't match at 4 when he came, and that's when it happened. Okay. I honestly believe they dumped him before. And everybody's stuck on that 3. Okay, everybody they had watches on. Y'all in the water with the watches on, I guess. Everybody was looking at their phone and time synced to 3 o'clock. Okay, because she has a beach blonde hair. Shout out to Patrice for the jewels. Thank you so much. And thank everyone for the jewels that y'all are sending. I appreciate all of the support. I think the festival was Mama going to the judge's house. Oh, to get the phone, Beautiful Dreamer. Oops. Hey, C-Note, welcome. So I'm going to pause this one here. And y'all, I want us to look at some of this other video with Don Lemon that just happened. They said he had an interesting interview on here with a family friend in the Nolan Wells case. Okay, so let's see what this is about.
Aren't built on dramatic moments. They're built on details. One witness, one photograph, one interview, one phone record, one timeline. Then somebody asks a question. Does this match that? And if it doesn't, why not? If it does, what does that tell us? And then we keep going. Okay? And so that's what I saw in that Cajun Navy report. Not a group of people saying we solved it, a group of people saying, here's everything that we have been able to collect. Here's how it might fit together. And that is different. It's a working document. It's not a verdict. And you know what else? how you solve things. You get to know the people who are involved with the families, the people who know each other. Okay? You get to know those folks. You interview them, you speak with them, you have a conversation with them. And that is what we're going to do with this gentleman right here. His name is Emmanuel Cuttenwith. Now, I don't know if you've seen some of his videos. He's here with us live.
Now, y'all, now that y'all keep bringing up the judge, is that why they never want to say the house name? Because I'm seeing some people bringing that up, because remember, Tashima didn't say the name. Javon hasn't said which house. Christine hasn't said which house. Like, we've gotten the house name for Jax. Okay. And Warren also said he wasn't over there when they came to get the keys. He must have been at home. But it seems like he was there wherever it was that they got the phone. And Wyatt's truck was also parked there. I'm wondering now that y'all say that, I'm just curious, because we have never heard the house where the phone was located. Oh my God. They could have been scared to put her name in. Oh my God. Because they weren't afraid to say the house where the keys were, but they kept saying like the lady or the mom or, oh my goodness. I don't know, but that just made me think of that. Okay, Bluesky said, wait a minute. The neighbor's house, the doctor owns. I definitely agree.
This is one of his videos. Check it out. And then a word from our sponsors.
See, here's a lot of things that the people in the back of the room don't know. Yes, us locals, we are privy to a lot of things because we know these people.
Y'all hear it?
I gave Nolan his first hair.
Someone said no sound. Can y'all hear it? I want to make sure. Because I know it wasn't sound when it was buffering. Shelly, are you able to hear it, sis? The guy was just like Uncle Rufus. What? Can y'all hear the sound in the video when I just had it up? Someone let me know right quick. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Thank you, Stephen.
I know his parents. Been knowing him for years. Been knowing his mom since she was like in high school. I'm real good friends with her family. So here's the deal. When that video came out, and you hear them people on there talking that lady dug up and went and researched and brought up the sounds. The truth is this: if that video is legit, it's a few people in trouble. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Now, see, this is the stuff that you got to wait for. This type of evidence, right? Now, I'm going to help you out here. All right? I hear Bart and them parents are suing. Bart's name was mentioned on the video. Okay? Well, I asked one of his friends, who was a black guy, about Bart a few days ago. And they said that Bart was cleared already. And according to the black people, they cleared Bart. I don't even know if the police cleared Bart. But it sounds like the black people that's involved cleared Bart. They said Bart ain't had nothing to do with it. But Bart's name is all over that tape. But if these black guys are telling the truth, then guess what? you see why his daddy's suing. And that's what I'm saying, people. You can't just
No
be so
sound
quick.
again? Or is it London's phone? She have to go out and come back in. He has some very flawed opinions during this interview. Okay, I want to get to the interview part. Cause y'all clowning him. I want to see what the clowning part about.
For joining the Don Lemon Show this morning. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, I'm glad to
Okay,
be
y'all
here
hear.
with you. Just to clarify something, the Cutting With, that's my social media name, Cutting With E. So you could, my first name is Emmanuel, but that's my social media, Cutting With E on YouTube and IG and Facebook and all of that. But yeah, but I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
So talk to me about, thank you for clarifying that, but we want to make sure that you get people know who you are, that they are on your social media and they watch because you have some good stuff. And also if they're there, that they, give you some business. I think that's fair in this, especially in this environment that we're in. So talk to me, Emmanuel, how do you know Nolan? Let's start with how you know Nolan Wells and his family.
Okay. Well, I've been knowing his mom since she was like in high school and whatnot. But I came, and his stepfather, we still work out in the same gym together right now. And I came to know Nolan through his, she had this lady babysitting him, and I'm real good friends with her son, Bingo.
Okay, first of all, I already got one problem. Why he sounded like Trayston? Okay, Nolan's father has not addressed him as stepson. Okay, I don't know why people feel like that's okay to start coming out here doing that, because they've never done that. They say father. So that's number one. I wanted to Christina know that this man is on this interview. Who is this Harpo? Okay, well, we're going to keep going.
And they would bring him around, bring him to my barbershop all the time. And I gave him his first haircut. And we used to have him to say, every time he would leave, we would say, "What's your name?" And he would say, "Nolan Wells." And we all used to laugh at it. We used to make him say his name every single time, man. He was a funny little kid, man. That was what was up, though. But yeah, that's how I came to first know him,
Yeah. And over the years, you watched him grow up?
Yeah, I watched him grow. I didn't see him for a period of time. And then he became a football player. And I used to go to his games and watch him play all the time. And, and his dad was a football player as well out of Morris Point. He went up to Mississippi State. And so I knew he was going to be a stellar athlete. You know what I'm saying? His dad working with him every day the way he was, everybody that come through his dad training and stuff like that, all be pretty good athletes, and Nolan wasn't no difference. He was good. He was a great athlete. Had NFL potential, man, had the right size and everything.
Yeah. So what is it like there? Wait, hold on. Before I get there, do you know the other kids involved? Do you know some of the friends?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead. How do you know them?
Dental implants can change your life, but if you ignore these 5 things, they can cause serious trouble.
Well, with the recent ones that was on like TMZ, I spoke with him Friday night. I know one of the white guys and one of the pitchers, where it's quite a few of them, not one of the 3 on the boat. They were all in a collective group there. And me and his father, we're very good friends. We get up and have lunch about 2 or 3 times a week currently. Listen, man, I want to say this to you. I know it's probably not following your questionnaires, but that is a problem that we're having here. There's a lot of blacks right along with a lot of whites that are having this problem. When Ben Crump and Al Sharpton came to our state, I think one thing they did wrong was you can't come down here and start saying that our state is prejudiced. This is prejudiced place. This is the state that lynched and killed Emmett Till. Well, that was 71 years ago. And Emmett Till was killed for looking and whistling at a white woman. These days, it's so many blacks having babies with white people. White men are marrying black women down here. We have so many sandy brown haired mixed babies running around down here. We are a gumbo down here. And another thing, Don, is we are a military community. That's how
Mhm.
we got here. My dad is originally from Louisiana, and my mom's New Orleans, and my dad was military. That's how I got here through Keishler. And so we have Navy bases here and Air Force bases here. That's what we are. And it's a gumbo. Everybody, white people, try their best to not ruffle the feathers of black people, and black people try their best not to ruffle the feathers of white people for the.
Wait a minute. So y'all some gumbo down in Mississippi? I'm sorry. What? Okay, he speaks for the town. Really, he is embarrassed. This is supposed to be a family friend of the Wansleys. Um, that white lady said she was lying. What? Right. That's what they say. What now? I'm seeing that mutant TV. Oh my gosh. Y'all, what in the world have y'all got me into? Y'all always tell me go look at something. I go look at it and then I'm like, now what have I stepped into? What he told, see, when he already said to Dunn on his own show that this not going to go with your questionnaires, I already knew this was going to be a hot mess. How are you going to tell Dunn, hey, Irma, how are you going to tell Dunn that this don't go with his questionnaire? I know this not going to go with your questionnaire. I already knew. Here we go. Okay, so now he about to go on the whole bit. He sounds compromised. He already starting to sound like Tristan. He been sipping the same Kool-Aid.
Majority of it. So when Ben Crump come to this town and start saying things like that, he's alienating these people and he's getting pushback now. That's why he's getting all this pushback. And it's going to me, it's hurting the whole entire investigation, which is why he's probably not getting a lot of help from people. To me, that's the deal. You cannot come in here and tell us how racist we are. Well, these people showing you how they hate you doing that type of stuff in our community, and he's going to get this type of pushback that he's getting.
Okay, can I jump in here?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, look, I'm from Louisiana, so I know there's lots of mix. I mean, we are all, look at, that's what Creole and mulatto is about. We've been mixing it up. We invented mixing it up in Louisiana, so I understand what you're saying. But that doesn't end racism. Sometimes it heightens it, right? Because then there's a hierarchy, and then there's colorism, and then people say, well, I can't be racist because I'm married to a white person or whatever, or I'm married to a black person. And we know that that's not true. The other thing that sounds like, though, and I just want to put this here, I'm not trying to insult you, is like, it kind of sounds like back in the civil rights movement when people would say these outside agitators are coming here and telling us what to do, and we don't want race mixing here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I understand how people may feel, but sometimes I just want you to take this into account. Sometimes it takes, and I'm not saying they're doing this, but just to think about this, sometimes it takes someone who comes from the outside to hold up a mirror so that you can see what's happening, because sometimes you're too close for the forest to see the trees. All right.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that doesn't exist, that people shouldn't feel that way, but I think that people should have an open mind about it, because that's what civil rights leaders did back in the day.
Well,
okay, go on.
I'm for them coming to find justice, but you cannot walk into this town claiming it's racism, all these same state that killed Emmett Till, these racist white people. When that eulogy, I was at the funeral, that eulogy had to be, and just so I'll set it up, you can see this is his obituary. So that eulogy had to be the hardest eulogy for Al Sharpton. When you walked in his church and you saw 30% of the church is white. These are his friends. These are all the people he hang out with. Here's what I'm saying, Don. It's like, in this generation, it's like we're still charging cases like we're in the 60s when something happens here.
Wait a minute, y'all. I'm trying not to be tickled, but y'all comments are taking me out. Because what? Okay, Kai said, wait until Uncle Rufus, Tater Tot ex-officer, get a hold of this. He gonna have him on as a guest. Okay. The Wansleys need to issue him a cease and desist. Oh my gosh. Welcome, Irma, to the Open Book members. You were already family, but now you are a member. And Irma, Shelly, do you still have, you wanted to send something? Are you able to put that in the link, the chat for Irma if you still have it? If not, it should be at the top of my page. You think he got paid? I get that when your school is mostly white, you're in class for 12 years and you do make good friends, but I was friends with everyone. Right. Wow, this guy is a different type of character. I'm a 60s baby. This is unreal. Okay, she said, told you. Oh my God, y'all got me tickled. I'm trying to listen, but y'all comments taking me
I'm not saying a
out.
white man did not kill Nolan. What I'm saying is,
well, we don't know that. I'm not going there.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying it could be over something else. It may be over a girl. Why does race have to lead every time? Why are we leading this investigation with race? Because that's where you're upsetting everybody at, is when you're saying race, when he's been hanging with them same white guys all his life. And
I have an explanation for you about why, possibly. Because when the photographs came out initially, it was just Nolan with all white people. Right. And he's and so the world, this is not just Ben Crump. The family asked Ben Crump to come in. It's not like he volunteered to do this. OK, so, and not that I'm defending Ben Crump. I'm just sort of explaining to you why why people think race is involved or why it's involved. First of all, let's just be honest.
Shout out to Angel for the super chat and for being a sponsor today. She said, someone please get Tatum dad. Okay. I don't understand why he is here now. Oh my gosh. The CIA says the problem in the South is tapeworms. This man is the example. Was he on the boat because he looking suspicious? Uh-oh. Wait. Not the judge to drop his speeding tickets. Well, she not that type of judge, though. What in the world did they find this man? 10 jewels. Shout out to Patrice. Thank you so much for the for the jewels. And y'all got me so tickled. I'm trying to focus. And child, y'all coming, taking me out of here. Okay, because what? It's like he is not even being sensitive to the situation because they got to understand. Although we're not saying that his friends did it, there are definitely some things that are questionable. He has to admit that. Okay. A lot of people, we have clocked lies. He's not talking about the lies. Okay. We have called out some of the inconsistencies. So he needs to go there because this other stuff, nobody's trying to hear that. Okay. Nobody's trying to hear that. And I'm glad that Don told him the family contacted Ben Crump. He didn't just say, oh, let me go and attach myself to this. And Reverend Al Sharpton, he also talked about that this weekend. This is crazy.
Man, we know the history of the country. We do know the history of Mississippi. And the best thing that one of the best indicators of what the present is and possibly the future is the history, right? Of something, the history of your medical thing. You heard Al Sharpton say that at the funeral. When you go into the doctor and you say, this hurts or I have this ailment, and they go, what medication are you taking? What's your family's medical history? Okay, so you have that history in Mississippi. Not everybody lives in Mississippi. And so the people who are on the internet, the people who don't live in Mississippi, they see a black guy with all white guys and they go, oh, he's the only one that didn't come home. The history of Mississippi, blah, blah, blah. So people start putting two and two together, and that's why race is involved in this, because that is the history of America. Now, whether race played a role in his demise, no one knows that. No one knows that. But there is no denying that race plays a part in this case simply because of the optics. That's where the race part came in. That may be offensive to some people there, but the truth is often offensive. That is the reality in America. Yeah, yes, sir. You can ask me. We're here to have a conversation.
Okay. When Emmett Till was killed in 1955, I believe it was, he died for whistling and simply looking at a white woman. Now, we have went from there to making babies with these white women. When does that go out of the window far as, you know, this racial component of Mississippi history years ago. How can we accept that history when it comes to
you can accept it by acknowledging the problem. You accept it by acknowledging the problem and acknowledging the reality of the history of the country. You accept it by saying, I understand why people think race is involved. I understand why, right.
I understand why people do it, but what I'm saying is it a fair assessment for us to live here when we have assessment. We have nothing but a bunch of we have nothing but mixed kids running around down here.
But just because you have mixed kids, because you have mixed kids, it doesn't mean that you're not racist.
But Don,
it doesn't mean that
dying now. Back then they died for looking at her. Now we're sleeping with.
Let me ask you this:
what in the world? Oh my God, y'all, this is crazy work. You know, oh my goodness, what does that have to do with anything? Because you sleep with somebody of the opposite sex. Okay, that has nothing to do with anything. Okay, oh, just because is that supposed to be a little trophy that I'm black? Oh, and now we used to couldn't whistle at them, but now I can sleep with them. Is that supposed to be a trophy? And then my thing is, I don't know if y'all heard this. I was reading one time that there was this. It was a mixed young man. His own mama was white, and she was calling him a nigger. You know, was calling him that. And the dad got upset. You know, it's like, so you could still be mixed and have these interracial relationships, but that does not mean that you can't be still racist. Okay, come on now. So I don't understand his little
and nobody's dying.
One thing. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Emmanuel. Do you know why Nolan died or how?
Okay, my apologies. I'm back, y'all. Oh, child, I'm so sorry. Why did I thought I plugged in my charger. Y'all, I plugged in the earphones, and so it cut out on me. I blame this guy. Okay. All right, my apologies. I'm back. That is crazy work. Okay. That's why it just went out. It wasn't the sound. I apologize. That was me, y'all. Not the check already done cleared. Girl, this is crazy.
Okay. All right.
So I'm for an investigation. That's why I said I'm for Al and them coming here and investigating. But Don, what I'm saying is I don't think he should have led with this strong racial, the same people kill Emmett Till. And I mean, that was almost 100 years ago. And we're now sleeping with white women, and white men are now sleeping with black women, creating babies with these people, man. I mean,
but that doesn't mean that racism. I think that your idea of what racism isn't necessarily calling people the N-word or beating them up. It is a system that is based on superiority and history and present and sometimes people who are in relationships with people of a different ethnicity or a different background, they still have not dealt with racial.
And I'm glad you said that. Who said that? Kai. I'm glad that you said that, because what did I tell y'all on last night's live? What did I say? I said, now that this info is out about Katie, okay, something else going to be released tomorrow. I don't know if y'all remember me saying that. I said something else is going to come into play tomorrow. They're going to put something out. And lo and behold, they done send him to the Don Lemon show. Child, this ain't making us forget about Katie. Okay. I was like, they got to do better than this. Okay, because child, my attention is still focused. Patrice, I'm telling you, I said that last night. Okay. Shelly, if Shelly's in here, let me see if Latte, one of my mods, can send it to you. Let me send it to Latte, because Shelly may not still be in here. And they can get it to you. Irma. Hold on one second. Okay, Latte, if you can hear me, because I know she's at work. Sometimes she's in there. I dropped it into the IG, sis. Hey, Future, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I said that, Angel. I told you. I said, watch. They're going to send somebody out here or put something else out because this information has dropped. It is a distraction. Right. It's not taking our focus off, though. Okay, they gotta do better than this one. Baby, send somebody else. This who y'all got. This y'all's king. Like on Black Panther, child, y'all gotta do better. We're gonna be in the investigation part. This here is nothing but a distraction. Okay, this is about Nolan, not Emmett. Exactly. And thank you, LaQuinta, for the flower and for being a sponsor. I don't know. And I'm surprised at Don Lemon. Who sent this man to him? Okay, so how did he get him on his platform? Because, child, look, y'all got to do better than this. This here, 5 more minutes tops.
Issues. And sometimes, hang on. Sometimes the love for people of a different ethnicity is a similar love, especially for blacks and whites, all right? Especially of a certain generation. It's the same sort of love that you have for a pet, where you are, I'm serious, where you love them, you protect them, you pay for everything, but it doesn't mean it's the same love that you have for a human being. It's kind of that, okay, I understand that. In America, the reason that we have this is because we don't deal in a fulsome way with race. We're not honest about it. And we think that racism is something where it is overt. It's not always overt. And there are people who came up through the civil rights movement, and people who were discriminated against, they're still here. And the people who were part of the Klan, there's a huge Ku Klux Klan contingent in this country. There are people who are part of the Proud Boys who said that they're racist. There are people part of the new neo-Nazis. They say they are racist, and they are open with it. So, and a lot of that comes from the South, from Louisiana, where I am, and from Mississippi. And if you go there, if you know, if I can drive 5 minutes from where you are and find a person who's involved in one of those groups and a person who's in that community. So don't tell me that racism is stamped out in Mississippi and where you are because people are sleeping together. First of all, people have urges, and people used to sleep with each other on plantations.
Which is true.
I'm just saying, the master used to sleep with the people on the plantation, women and men.
Right. I mean, I was out. Here's what I want.
That's all about urge. That's a lot about urge, and you need to get your freak on.
And what
I'm just saying some of that.
I think that's slightly different topic than what I was speaking of. Like this Saturday, I was out at dinner, man, and everybody in the restaurant was mixed. I mean, I see a black woman here with a Mexican guy, and they got 2 kids, 16 to 17 years old. I mean,
of course, that happens everywhere.
That's how we are down here.
I know that. I'm from the South. I've been saying that people in the South, black people and white people, integrate more than they do in the North. But that's mostly about socioeconomics. It doesn't mean that racism is solved. It's because basically those people who live together are the same part of the socioeconomic group. So if you are mostly middle class people and you have grown up there, you are going to pretty much be together in the same places. But
Right.
here in the North, it is about rich people who are all together. Most of them mainly are white because that's sort of, generational wealth. Most Black people didn't have the opportunity to do that. But here in the North, it is more polarized than it is in the South. The South, I think, used to be segregated, but people are more polarized here in the North than they are in the South.
And now I know you can speak on that better than most because you from the South and you've been living all over. You've been living in the North, so I can understand.
Not only am I from the South and living in the North, my family just left here, and we had a long discussion about this, and a long discussion about people who believe that racism is over, or just because people are what they're called.
Okay, I'm gonna pause that there. For those of you who want to watch it in its entirety, you can watch that over at Don Lemon. Child, I can't do him, that guy. No. Because for one, they didn't send him out, and he's not. I guess they thought he was gonna do like the Officer Tater. No, we're not falling for it. Right now, our focus is on the one on the screen in the bottom right-hand corner. We just caught her in a huge lie on yesterday. What happened to Nolan Wells? Okay, what information is she going to go to the authorities today and tell them? Because what we don't know what she already told them. But now, being that you were allegedly on that boat and could be a witness in this case, what are you going to tell? What are you going to share with his family? Yeah, baby, bye. Boy, bye. Okay, I would never let this guy come out here. Don had got him off. I bet he did. He about to have Don go deep into his Blackness. Okay. Oh my gosh, like what? Baby, we are not our focus. Okay. Child, listen to this. See, I'm telling you, talk to what a family is. You can tell the way he even looking at the camera like this is a show, like he about to get his numbers up and he about to get all this attention. Everybody about to start reacting to him now, child, because I done seen enough. I won't be talking about him no more after seeing that snippet. No. Yeah, Don about to get into his deep. He about to go deep into that deep Blackness. Okay. Baby, after all of that, you could tell his breathing changed. Don about to cuss him out on his live. Okay, the way this guy talking, and you know that he does not want to mess that up with being Crump, having someone talking about him, and Don knows he has a working relationship with being Crump, and he comes to his channel and all of that. So he is not going to have there disrespecting Don, disrespecting being Crump, okay, and Al Sharpton. He's not trying to get Daniel tried to step in, and Don said, I got this. And Daniel, why did you refer that? Okay, well, remember, and those are you will see a new the magnifying glass next to yours, and then if you have currently been a member over 1 month, you have a detective hat now. Come on now, we changed out the emojis next to the members. Woo, this is a lot of nothing. Okay, open. I'm wondering if Katie was the female on the boat asking about covering it up. See, y'all, it's a possibility she could have been one of the females. Now, remember, someone came into the chat last week and said that Brielle was the first voice on the audio, okay, allegedly. So I don't know, possibly. I don't know whose voice, but if she was on that boat, it could have been. Yeah, they want to remain professional, right? Oh, he did? And that's facts. The sound going in and out. Okay. Because when I start moving around too much, is that better? How Black people clear the Simpson guy. Okay, come on now. Can we go back to that? Who said that he was cleared? Because he's still on our list. Okay. I don't know who cleared him, but he's still on my list. Yeah, definitely the raccoons on the loose. That dang on Katie was on the boat, I do believe. Yeah, Who sent you? The officer Tater, he probably sent them and referred them over there. They trying to infiltrate. Child, bye. Shout out to 5K Creations for the jewels. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I believe she was the lure. Because how the case is handled and nobody been locked up. Okay. Girl, we have not forgotten. Shout out to LaQuinta for the floating heart. Thank you, sis, and thank you for being a sponsor. Brielle is warned. You know what? Hello, Barbara. I did hear that. I did hear that. I'm gonna say allegedly, but I heard that that is one of their cousins. So how does she come into play? Okay, everyone's still a suspect. I haven't crossed anyone off my list. Oh, have you heard about a Tammy? What it is, what it is. Don't get me started, girl. Now, who is that? We can't have unless one of these new people about to come in here and tell us what happened to Nolan. Child, look, we got a long list. We're running out of paper like a CVS receipt. What? Who is that? No, I have not. I think Mr. Simpson found out after the fact, probably. Mm-hmm. With that nasty beard, with God knows what is hiding in that mess. And I don't know. Shout out to Elle for the clock in. Thank you so much, and thank you for being a sponsor. Now, for those of you who were not on here last night, let me hold on one second. Let me see. I wanted to kind of just review this part in case y'all didn't hear it. Now, we've heard a couple of things, okay? A couple of things. Now, one thing we heard was on July 4th, that there was this pool party that Warren talked about. And people were saying it was at Ava's house. Now, this is Ava's pool, okay? I was going through there to see if I could find a bigger picture. Now, Ava's in the middle, okay? And then the fourth pool party was at an Ava's house because I wanted to see how the whole pool shape was. Was it like the other pool, okay? But she also has a pool in her backyard as well. Now, the other pool party that was allegedly, hold on one second, on the 27th, okay? Because last night we kind of got into a little of that conversation. Now, in this particular, what did I do with it? I always have to remember, what did I save it under? Give me 1 second. I don't know why I never know what I save it under. The other pool party was allegedly on the 27th that they're saying. Y'all, this is crazy. And I know I've shown that picture, but I wanted to show y'all the one. Let me find it right quick. I'm going to just pull it up from Facebook, and this is going to take me longer. I know I didn't delete it. Because I wanted to show y'all in that particular pool that the Simpson man was up front, okay? Now, on that particular pool party, on the 27th, we had stated, okay, here it is. Let me bring this up. We had stated that I'm wondering how true, okay? Because if y'all look at this pool party, now this was allegedly at Evan's house, okay? Now, this here is the Simpson man right here in the pool, okay? He has on a white cap too. I don't know if that's the same white cap. Now, somebody said they saw Katie in this pool party as well. Let me make it a little bigger. Now, the 27th, for those of you who were not on the live last night, hey, Dr. Nicole, welcome. I wanted to talk about this briefly. The 27th, if they're saying that this is when this party was, with the Simpson man at his college, Wyoming College, they had a big FCA summer camp there where kids come from all over, and they engage in different sports, a variety of sports. They learn how to play the sports. Okay. Then they have a lot of the college athletes that come and they help them learn how to kick, learn how to throw, and so forth. They also is Christian based, so they have Bible study and all of that. So I was just thinking, because if they had that at his college on June the 27th, with the Simpson man down here that's cheesing and posing, would he be there at his college, or would he be at a pool party with these guys? Okay, because he's saying that they're saying this is the 27th. And me being that he wants to eventually go further into his career, possibly a future, career in the NFL, I think I would choose to be at this huge camp at my college, because I would want, that on my resume, that I'm helping with the camp, and you may get some publicity there. ESPN has recognized you, which makes me question the 27th of this photo. Okay. Now, I don't know if these are the same pools, the one that I just showed you earlier, or if this was directly at another house. Now, there was a narrative that came out that was supposed to go with this pool party, with the basketball goal, okay, in the back. Now, on this one, I can't tell if they have a basketball goal, but this was the one at Ava's house. This is her pool. Okay, it didn't give me enough to be able to see what's all in the back, and I looked for more pool pictures under her profile, and I couldn't find any others. Okay, so we only have this one as far as with the basketball go. Now, if this was indeed the fourth, then y'all definitely have some more questions to answer, because we see Nolan in there, and Warren has already on his interview stated that that is him with his arm around Nolan. Nolan does not look happy. He's looking back at y'all like something just happened, and he's upset. Okay, so this would probably make more sense to be on the fourth, because we have proof of the Simpson man being in town, being that they went on his boat. We heard his name being called out on the call, and Warren also stated that in his interview. So what they have to probably do is verify that he was indeed in town 2 weekends in a row and not out of town at his college on the 27th. That would debunk that lie if that is true. If they find out he was there at that camp, then that would debunk the lie of this picture being on the 27th. Okay. The adults need felonies, and that school shooter in Michigan, said President. Oh, wow. Beautiful dreamer. I didn't know that. Right. The fact that the friends are saying it was on June 27th. Okay. Let's see here. People were doing that since the beginning of time. What does that have to do with anything, sir? Take your tail on somewhere. Distraction. Exactly. Thank you, Irma, for the hiding. Okay. I appreciate it. Nolan more than likely drowned. Well, they need to prove that. We need to see the autopsy. Okay. All of them hot. The angle looks the same. You think so? I really wish I could see more of the shape of this pool, and if it had a basketball court goal. I don't know. I don't know. The guy does have USA shaved on his chest, but who knows if this is a distraction or not, right? It looks like Warren's house. You know what? Phenomenal Scorpio. How come no one has clocked that yet? I want to know if anybody, y'all come across anybody that's discussing this, please let me know. I want to know who the scared boy is. That's who I want to know. I've been asking that question. Who is that? Because everybody done figured out all the other people. But who is that young man? Because we need to know why he looking scared, child. What did he find out? What did he see? That is a huge question mark in this photo as well. What is he so afraid of? Exactly, old dude. But see, thank you. Shout out to whoever gave me that tip this weekend about the event. I had to go and do some research. And his school did have it was a 4-day event. Okay. And on the 27th, I believe that's the last day, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah. The 27th was the last day of the event. So investigators, all they have to do is go check at the event and see if his name was on the roster or volunteer. They can verify if he was there or not. If he was there, then this picture cannot be from the 27th because he wouldn't have been in town. So then y'all got to try again. Because see, y'all deleted the whole picture that y'all are saying was from a different day. Okay. Oh, hey, Buttercup. I am so sorry about that. Right. If it was just a drowning, that would have been put out. Yep, that's true. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it said it was supposedly on the pool. Okay. Supposedly on that pool party narrative that they said it was at Evan's house. Evan had shared the picture also. No, I'm not. Because I stated earlier my theory about the whole audio. That doesn't take away from that because I did say that something definitely happened. But what I also stated was he fully deceased there in the audio? If this was the fourth, okay, or was he knocked out? They were asking questions. Was he dead? That's when I go into that part because no, I'm not discounting the audio. I know we heard what we heard, but I don't know if he was fully deceased on that boat. Okay. Let's see. Right. Miss Lady T says, see, Obi, I told you something in the very start. You said, oh no, I do not know about that. CERN was sleeping with Nolan. They all wanted Nolan, parents included. Oh, when you said about, yeah, you did say that. Now I still don't know about the adults. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, HGY. Does anyone know? Because you asked that question when he actually made this post, y'all. Does anyone remember? Like, what was it saying? Like when he made his post, the photo carousel. When was it made? Does anyone know that? Exactly. Oh, and for those who missed the live yesterday, in the beginning of that live, y'all go back and look at the replay. Gerald from the NCB caught Officer Tater, okay, lying in his comments. Someone asked him, was the photo taken of the boys before or after the CETO call? He said after. So it couldn't have been during, because that's weird to be taking pictures during a distress call. So that in itself shows that photo was staged. Okay, I don't even believe that part. I believe something happened on that boat, and in the midst of that happening is when they made that call. Okay, as an alibi. Yes, I do believe that. He was found July 6th, right. So where was his body all that time? That's what we want to know, breast dolls. Okay, which is why I'm saying moving in. What were the movements? Where did y'all go? If he's on the boat, we then got to figure that part out, y'all. That's next. How did he end up being on the boat? Something happening, and then his body is found days later, right back at the same spot. So where did they go? Where did his body go? We still got to figure that part out. Yeah, so many lies. Yep. The fit acting. Yep. It can make you tired doing a lot of swimming. Hello, Barbara. He talking about he went upstairs. Now, if they having a pool party, what you mean you went upstairs talking to the daddy about boats? Y'all been on the water all day. You said you were so tired you had to go take a nap and eat. So now you at a pool party where you can relax and have fun. And you said you went upstairs to talk to her dad about some boats. What was the question? What was the question? Was it something in the boat? What was the boat question, Warren? What was the question about the boat? Were y'all trying to figure out what to do with? Oops. Uh-oh. Because I don't see you not being downstairs with your friends enjoying the water. Must have been something very important that you wanted to ask about the boat. Because if it was about the bilge pump, I mean, hey, the grandfather, he sells boats. So he definitely could have answered your questions about a bilge pump. So what other question was so pressing, Warren, that you were upstairs talking to Ava's dad, allegedly, that you didn't want to be downstairs in the pool having fun with your friends? It had to have been an emergency. Okay. People who believe in John never asked about his throat. Yeah, what happened to the throat? Yeah, okay, L, clock it. Okay. Is there any smiley face markings on Rock Island? I don't know. Let's see. Irma said everything they have done has been staged. Right. Like, think about that. That whole audio, the CETO call, seems like that could have been possibly staged. Okay. And I'm saying staged on their end as when they called it in, but they did not know that we were going to hear the background. Okay. Come on now. It was to show, oh, in case something comes up, y'all call so we can say it was because of this. But supposedly Bart, the Simpson man, had already pulled them out of that and the water was draining out. Okay, then after the call, y'all hung up. Y'all must didn't need too much help because Vicky came back. Y'all had hung up and hightailed it up out of there. So y'all didn't need too much help. Okay. Hey, Nook, welcome. They're saying he was strangled. Right. So what was he talking to him about with boats? Okay, we need to see where the hubs are located. Okay. Oh, got you. Okay, beautiful dreamer. See, the walls are closing in. They're gonna begin to panic. Right. They was trying to give an alibi and expose themselves. So think about this. If the boat had already been told the water was draining out, then they do the CETO call, right? Okay, we hear a commotion, we hear some stuff being done or had happened in that call. People are saying Nolan's name. Wake the F up. Is he dead? They are wondering what's going on. So in case he dies, y'all, we got to have an alibi because somebody said, can we cover it up? So look, let's take a picture. Okay. They take the picture. Nobody's face is shown in the picture. We noticed based off of Nerdy Pink Panda that Katie is bending down on that boat, that we don't see Nolan on that boat. We also don't see water on that boat. We can't see the floor on that boat. We don't know what was on the other boat of the ones taking the pictures. Come on now. Okay, a lot of that was staged. That's what is given. And they said Officer Tater, because Gerald said that he did a screenshot when he saw what he said, right? So then he said he went back to that post later on, and Officer Tater had deleted the comment because he probably realized what that looked like. If you're saying that the call was done, no, the picture was done after, that looks like y'all staged that picture. Okay, so why would you have to stage a picture? It didn't even look like y'all were posing. Y'all didn't do a good job with it. Y'all don't look like y'all were in distress. Okay, so I wasn't falling for it in the first place. Anyway, I told y'all it looked staged to me. But that confirmed that they were just doing some stuff, allegedly. Okay. Shout out to Karen Michelle for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said possibly this was a 7-3 pool party, but they lied about the day because Art wanted to pretend he wasn't even in town at first. Okay. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. I also believe they are the ones leaking these pics, probably. If you pull a plug, won't it sink? They were never in deep water according to the coordinates. Right. And I'm starting to question some of these coordinates too, and the information and the data that was being given. Right. Where was his life jacket? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were driving all around Brestall's. Yeah, they weren't in too much trouble. This is my first time here. Thanks for covering this story. We demand justice for Nolan. Welcome, Yolanda. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to the open book. And yes, I am definitely justice for Nolan. So my thing is all that moving back and forth and the drive, what the F was y'all doing? That part. Okay, that part. We still got to figure that out. I believe he went and helped. It is set up like the shining photo in a pool. Right, exactly. Yes. That picture looks staged. They pose it. They had help moving Nolan's body back out to sea. In my opinion, I feel that too. Mm-hmm. How could he be missing from 7-4 to 7-6 and found at the same area they were docked? Exactly. And see, that would also explain how his body became so decomposed so quickly, because look at the amount of time that he would have been, out there. So that's what the medical examiner said, that his body had a lot of decomposition, which he couldn't see some stuff because of that. They think they're confusing us, but we know how to read between the lines. Okay. You think it's a distraction? That was a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Wow, got you. Okay. I heard they can change the coordinates. Yep, I heard they could change that. Mm-hmm. Oh, Dr. Nicole said the coordinates match the same location where Nolan's body was found. Wow, y'all. Hey, Barb, you late. Where you been? Riptides die out. The riptide carried him out, and then it changed on the body, then floats back to damn near the same spot as the original riptide. But, James, those people that were out there, they had drones, they had plenty of boats. They were going to Ship Island, they were going to all these different islands. We listened to the dispatch calls, right? Shout out to Plunder True Crime. They search everywhere. So even with the whole riptide theory, I don't believe that, because they didn't just stay there at Horn Island. They went to other islands. They went all around. They had drones out there. So you mean to tell me that with all of that, all of these agencies out, helicopters, everything, that they weren't going to see his body, even if it was in a riptide? I don't believe that. I believe his body was brought back close to the time when the anonymous park rangers just happened to find him after all those other people could not. Okay. Shout out to Phenomenal Scorpio for the clock it. Okay, this is something new for real, for real. This thing go deep in the cup. Yes, okay. I'm telling you, Kai. Yes, girl, we about to get off. I hope this wasn't a ritual celebrating 250 years of history to go back. We need to be ready for whatever. Come on now, Cool Breeze. Hey, I don't put them past nobody. Uh-huh. They trying to leave Ava, Wyatt, Morgan, and Andrew out. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. They be dropping out people that was there. And then when Warren talking about, yeah, people die at Horn Island all the time. Well, they need to check it and make sure it's not like Lake Lanier. How many bodies down there? Okay, because child, we only saw like 4 public. I mean, 2. I think I counted 2 public drownings and deaths there. It wasn't anything, suspicious. But the way he was saying it is people were dying out there a lot. They need to look into that and make sure there's no missing people out there at near Horn Island, because he says they're very familiar. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that too. He said they're very familiar with that water and out there in that area. They know it. Okay, come on now. They know it. I know how to read between the lines. They know how to do some stuff. Okay, you can't even hear water on the audio. Exactly. You couldn't. That means they were at a doggone standstill, not really doing nothing. What we could hear was some stuff going on in that other boat. Okay, in the background. Yes, they are, Verb. I am so sorry. Y'all, I've been as a backup just sharing it on my community wall. So if you kind of go there as well throughout the day and check, I'll share any lives or videos there too. Any tracks around the sand, right. If he drowned, he wouldn't have been face down. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm telling y'all. It is 4. Yeah. And then I don't know if y'all saw the video with Nerdy Pink Panda. She showed that when we saw that picture from afar, there were 3 boats there. I said, wait, I just thought it was 2. But she showed whatever that she showed it. That's from the other boat that's you can't see because of the Simpson man's boat. But there's a 3rd boat that is grouped right there on the water. I never knew that until that video. Hey, Roger. Right, like that's normal. Okay. Yes, it is what it is. Yes, did you hear about that? That was Usher's. Was it his stepson or his real son? I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, they said it wasn't waterlogged. No wind, no water. Yeah, I think it was 4. Somebody said, Irma said, I believe it was 6. Well, they probably met up with some other people. Right. Why did they keep going there? Because I think they were dropping some folks off too. I saw that brass dolls, but I don't know. I'm still lost with that. You talking about the one with the United Cajun Navy? Child, that thing I was reading over there and I said, child, which one? Hello, Barbara. You talking about the one where she clocked the boats? It was last night. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Because she showed the connection. I was like, golly. She got a good eye. Because I missed all of that. And we had been looked at that picture a couple of times. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Now I got to remember which one of her videos it was on. Let's see. Was it? Okay. It might have been this one. Okay. Let me show y'all this one from Nerdy Pink Panda. This is where she clocked the boats. I didn't know it was 3 boats out in the water. And then the one that they were taking a picture from is a 4th boat.
Evidence of a 4th boat. Not only have I found a lie in their timeline, but I have also discovered a deep political connection, not only to a former governor of Mississippi, but to Turning Point USA. So first off, this picture has surfaced in which it's clearly the group of boats a little bit further out in the water altogether. Now here's what is supposedly Bart's boat. We can see the Garmin on top, can confirm this black boat from this other picture. We can see Wyatt's Triton right here, and we can confirm that by the motor. As you can see right here, has that black stripe on the white motor. Now in between the 2 boats is the Palm Beach. You can clearly see it labeled and it's got that stripe, right? As you can see, the stripe is there. And yet there's this design right here and no Palm Beach. And you may be like, Jay, that doesn't prove that it's a different boat. Maybe we just can't see it, even though it should be right there, according to this picture. But if you look in this video, you can see that there is a black propeller right there. See black propeller, and you can very clearly see the Palm Beach right there on the side. But if you look really carefully in this photo, you can see right there a black propeller. There's another boat on the other side of these 3 boats. And given the lack of the name on the boat and the black propeller, I'm going to assume the Palm Beach is on the other side, which means there's 4 boats right here. Then I rewatched Warren's interview.
And I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me. And I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck. And, well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back. And the boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddies, and we went, filled the top of the boat off, loaded it down with ice, and just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and I drove the boat from 4 Bayou Boat Launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day.
So Wyatt had his buddy's boat already hooked up to the back of his truck. He said he and Wyatt and his other buddy went and got ice and filled up the boats. And Wyatt went and put the Palm Beach, his smaller boat, into the water. And we know that there was a second boat, the Triton, that was driven by Wyatt. Wyatt had 2 boats in the water. Who was driving his other boat?
Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down, and Bart, I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey, man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat and I'll take you and your friends. Of course. I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton. And then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. There was like 8 people on the Triton. And then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton. And then there was the rest of the group, which was probably ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people.
Now, wait a minute. So Warren already had a boat hooked up when he woke up that morning. I'm assuming that that had to be the Triton that was hooked up, right? Then he said that Wyatt went and put his smaller boat, the Palm Beach, into the water. Then Warren said that he was the one who drove the Palm Beach to their friend's dock. Assuming that Wyatt drove the Triton to the dock and Bart drove his own boat to that dock, who drove the Palm Beach out to the water then? Because he said that he got a ride in with Bart, even though at one point during the interview, he said all of his stuff was on the Palm Beach. So it sounds to me like Warren was the one driving the Palm Beach. I'm also like, what parent would let their kid, who's obviously going off to party, take 2 of their boats and let their drunk friends drive? Like, it isn't making sense to me. I mean, maybe these parents are just shitty parents and irresponsible. Then he also said that he contacted Bart that morning to see if he could come. And Bart was like, yeah, I can give all your friends a ride, blah, blah, blah. According to him, there were 10-ish people, 15 people on that boat. So where were those people originally supposed to ride in on? They'd been planning it for weeks. They were excited about it. Why did Bart have to suddenly step in and take all these people? And remember, Bart said that his dad had canceled going out on the boat that day, so he could do it. Something's not adding up here. I think there was an adult somewhere in this mix. It would also explain how they all thought quickly on their feet with the sea tow. I wouldn't be surprised if an adult didn't come out there and just go off with other adults that were also on Horn Island and let the kids hang out with the boat. Here's where things are going to get interesting, folks. There are more GPS coordinates in the report than what we have seen publicly. I'm going to play you a clip from the interview, but remember, at 5:30 is when they started picking up regular speed, all right? It's right here, 525, speed miles, 30 to 35 knots. So here we go.
Planed off and you have water in the boat and you're hauling, we're going pretty fast. We're going probably 40, 42 miles an hour. And so all that excess water that was built up in the boat is coming out of the boat. So, I mean, that's what we had to do. So we ran into Fort Bayou, and we didn't just run straight to my buddy's grandparents' house. We ran into Fort Bayou. A couple of us jumped in the water, and Wyatt, the whole reason for the stop was so Wyatt could hop in and put the plug back in the boat. So then after that, we went and docked it, and I
didn't take that long for him to put a plug back into the boat. So that is questionable too. He's trying to use that as to the reason that they had made that first stop. That doesn't take that long. No. Okay. Yeah, she does need to be on the team. Okay.
Went back to my buddy's house and we ate and, napped for a little bit. It was a long day at the islands.
Now you heard him. He said that they took off going 40 miles an hour and they didn't go to his buddy's grandparents' house, but they went to Fort Bayou to go do a plug thing. Except right here, 5:44, vessel arrives at El Camino Road. 8 minutes later, then it departs from El Camino Road and headed east into Fort Bayou. So right there, we have a lie. The boat did stop before going into Fort Bayou. 6 minutes later, it comes back to El Camino Road, and the vessel departed El Camino Road half an hour later, headed southwest to St. Martin Bayou, and then turned southeast into Biloxi Bay Bridge. Then they went back to the Bayou boat launch. Then the boat was taken to Cardinal Lane, which was Wyatt's residence. Now, because I am an absolute genius, I was able to find it. This was where they left and where they came back that day, then came back several times. Now, first off, why aren't we seeing footage of them returning that day? We know that Nolan was with them when they left. So why do they have the security cams from that morning, but not that night? Whose grandparents lived there? Jack Spatalo, whose family owns a pharmacy. It goes back deeper than that because George Patala Sr., which is Jax's great-grandfather who is deceased, as it turns out, his great-grandfather was appointed and served on the staff of Mississippi Governor Cliff Finch. As you can see, I've confirmed Jax's relation to him. And as it turns out, Cliff Finch, well, he was in the Mississippi House of Representatives from 1960 to 1964 and supported racial segregation and backed the racist governor, to preserve segregation in the state. The federal grand jury conducted a 3-year-long investigation into his administration and several state agencies, and they were all accused of.
Okay. And it is what it is. You've brought that up before, y'all, and I'm still trying to figure out where to find that information, where y'all got that. But she brings that up. This is a very valid. Why are we not talking a lot about this point here? That it is what it is brought up. She said, "Obi, that was the chase I was talking about. The police were supposed to be chasing them, but they got away. So what happened with that? Because I see sometimes some people comment about a chase, but I don't know the details surrounding that. So was this after the CETO call, or was this before? Why were they chasing them? How many boats were involved? But I have seen other people mention that the police was chasing some boats. So I don't know if this was their boat. But that's a very, very good point. Now, watch this connection, y'all, that she has made. This stuff goes deep. Okay, it goes very deep.
Corruption and mismanagement. Finch was never found guilty himself, but some of his aides and appointees were indicted. And those sort of political connections seem to trickle down through the generations. So now we know why the governor got involved. And I started looking into the lawyer that's handling the defamation case from the Bart family. So from 2015 to 2018, he was state director of Americans for Prosperity. Then in 2018 to 2020, he was vice president of Stand Together while being vice president of Americans for Prosperity. Stand Together is a Charles Koch nonprofit, and Americans for Prosperity is a libertarian conservative political advocacy group affiliated with Charles Koch and David Koch. And if you don't know who the Koch brothers are, they're fucking evil. Guess who's one of the major funders for Turning Point USA? Major donors for the Koch brothers also are primary financial pillars for Turning Point USA, specifically their campus operations. And guess who used to serve as the director of urban engagement?
Wow. And it brought it back to Officer Taylor. Okay, baby, she done made that connection. He didn't go out there because he want to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. This thing goes deep, y'all. It goes deep. Right, Kai? This is why. But I want to know more about, y'all got to tell me where to find that info. We got to find out about this chase, okay? And if there was a chase, why is that not picking up on the boat data? Now, someone else just said something too that made me think about this. If it's 4 boats involved, how come we are only seeing the GPS data for 2? Okay, we need to know more about the other boats that were a part of this. Right, you got to love her. Yes. Okay, that is how he was potentially got involved. There were previous connections. Yeah, she went full circle. Oh my gosh. He is connected to Tater Tot. Okay, you heard about the chase too? I want to know more about that. Yes, OB Secret Sam figured it out from the maps. What? About what part? A fisherman came out and spoke on it. They got away, but it was when they were returning. Really? Okay, Hella Barbara, if you see that information, sis, please let me know, because I want to find. I'm gonna do a little research and see if I can find out more about that too. Now, when remember she was talking about that Palm Beach boat, who was driving that? And so last night we had kind of gotten into the whole Jalen post, which is Javon's brother. Now remember, they all met up at the grandparents' house, right? That's where they all departed. It was a group of them. He said between 20 to 30 of them. So I was thinking, okay, we don't hear much about who Javon, his brother, rode down there with. Warren never even went into who the 4 guys were on that boat on the Palm Beach. He said it was about 4 guys. He has never said which 4 guys, though. Okay. Now, Javon's brother, for those of you who did not see the live last night, Jalen, he made this post on July 7th, which makes me wonder, does he also know some information? Okay. He said, man, this is hard. On July 4th, my brother right here, Nolan Wells, was missing. He said that same day, I went out looking for him for hours. So he knew about Nolan being missing, okay? Because he's saying out of his own mouth that he had even gone out looking for him for hours. No sleep, 3 days straight. He said, I don't want to blame nobody but myself. How come we not calling Jalen out onto the carpet? How come we're not calling him out? I'm just saying, he's blaming himself. Why? Why would you put blame on you for this happening to Nolan Wells is a question. See, it's a lot of people, y'all, that potentially know what happened to Nolan. He said, I don't want to blame nobody but myself. I should have been out there for myself because, check this part out, I left you and my blood brother out there on that water. Now, we clocked this last night. He didn't say out there on that island. He said out there on that water. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, was Jalen one of the 4 guys in that Palm Beach and they got up out of there early? And then he felt some type of way that he left Javon and Nolan behind. Because I'm still trying to figure out, because everybody didn't want to be attached to Nolan. He didn't even go to breakfast with them. Well, how did Nolan get to the boat dock? Did he rob someone else? Because his car was at Jackson's house. So it's different things of transportation, logistics that we have not walked through. But why are you saying you're blaming yourself? You should have been out there for them, but you left him and Javon out on that water. He said, I know I probably couldn't have did much. Why would you have to do something? I mean, it's just weird. His whole post is very questionable, but no one brings this up. No one calls him to the carpet. He needs to be questioned because he says a lot of things. What do you mean you left him out on the water? Were you a part of the 4 boats and y'all hightailed it up out of there real fast? Why? And then you left your brother. And then his brother, okay, check this out. His brother's phone was on the same boat as Nolan's phone, but he went and got his phone. Okay, I wonder if any of these kids have connections to any of the older men who got beat out of any football chances by Nolan's uncles. I made it to the NFL and played for Tampa Bay. Oh, I don't know. Shout out to Irma for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said they made them leave on the invisible boat. Okay, come on now. They did. They separated Nolan from everything and everyone. Right. Because someone would have had to move his phone from the boat to the truck. I think he did. And he said this out of his own mouth. Okay. Did he hide football camp? He was supposed to go to camp. I think it started Monday? That Monday. And then, now I should have screenshot it because now I may not can find it because I'm looking for it. But yesterday, hold on 1 second. I was going to show y'all something I saw. I'm going to get a screenshot the next time because I ain't going to be able to find it right now. But it was so interesting. Tashima was underneath someone's comments and she brought up, hold on. Okay, and she brought up something about the phone. But I'm gonna have to find it. I'll find it. I'll show y'all on another live because it was quite interesting. Okay. Baby, she knows some stuff too. I'm gonna be honest. That's just my opinion. She knows some stuff. But y'all, I think I'm gonna stop there for today. I'm gonna look into that, and I'm gonna look into this boat chase situation because I just want more info about that. The weekend before that pool party, got you. Mhm. So I want to give a special shout out to the mods today, and also let's give a special shout out to the sponsors. But me, Stefan, let's see, Alicia, Caramel Shell, Patrice, Talking True Crime, Irma, Angel, La Quinta, L, okay, and Phenomenal Scorpio. Thank you, ladies, so much, and gentlemen. And also, welcome to the Open Book members, La Quinta, Irma, and Stefan. Thank y'all so. Oh, and Protected 91. And like I said, the emojis are different now. So if you are a new member, you get the magnifying glass. And if you are a current member, you'll have your detective hats for all of the investigators in the chat. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Also, don't forget to hype up the video, subscribe, and hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank y'all so much, and I hope everyone has a terrific Tuesday. Until next time, be blessed. Bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.